There we go. That down. There we go. Welcome again to another session of D&D. Today is Storm King Thunder. I believe we're on session 10. So, should be exciting. I believe we're going to fight some giants today. So, hopefully none of us will die. Probably some of us will die, but we'll see how it goes. But yeah, we'll jump straight to it. I believe everyone is ready, including Ant. So I'll get this show on the road, so to speak.
Why is there a turn?
Hello?
Oh,
Hello.
Hi, Max.
Welcome.
Hello.
You died, Max. I'm sorry.
You
Oh,
did
I
die,
did.
Max.
You took one
Just
fast
gotta
too.
say,
Okay.
if I took slightly less damage, I could have done Relentless Endurance and lived, you know.
No living
Brilliant.
for you, Max, which is a great start to the session. So, you know.
Apparently, I
That's
can roll that well
sense,
against
yeah.
giants.
How much health do you have, by the way, Nathan?
Oh, I only need 56. Which is
Only
almost-
56, so I can nearly 3/4 healthy with one spell, which is pretty good to know.
Yeah, I mean, I rolled 2
We're
HP.
just waiting for that party kill. Not by giants, just by each other.
I mean, that's not going to happen unless you pay Kronk, so if you pay him, you're fine.
True.
If you ask
Okay,
me for money, I might end up giving you it just because.
Okay, so we're just going to quickly recap last session. So, you guys went hunting to find traces of giants, etc. You found there were lots of evil, big, mean people coming to murder. And then, as we ended the session, rather drunk Oren stumbled over to the inn and let you know that Goldenfields was under attack. But before we commence with giants bashing your faces in, we've got two members of the party who weren't quite present on your adventures last week, so we need to find out what they were getting up to. So,
Just
yes.
record, Amy, your webcam is on. On Roll20, so if you want to turn that off under the settings, it would be game settings, broadcast.
Settings.
I want to broadcast to others.
I'm
Right at the bottom.
on settings.
Right at the bottom.
Okay, I want to.
You would probably want to have nothings selected.
Nothing. I want to broadcast voice only.
You want to broadcast nothing. We're on Discord.
Yeah, we're on Discord.
Right. Okay, give me 1 second.
So you want to press that and then click reconnect.
Okay. Can you see me? Oh, you can't see me anymore.
There we go.
That's better. We don't have to see your face.
Wow. Thank you so much, Sam. Helpful.
No problem, anytime.
Okay, speaking of Amy, so whilst everyone else was out trying to save the world, what was Gar the Garbage up to?
Gar the Garbage had been taken by. Gar the Garbage needs to quickly move because I'm being shouted at to be quiet. Give me 1 second, sorry.
That's all right.
You know, that could probably have happened in the tavern.
It probably could have.
Did
Okay,
you hear I wonder if you can hear the 5-year-old screaming in the background. So, Gar the Garbage had gone on a mission to find a lost item that was taken from her when she was in captivity.
and what item
And
was
then she
it that
couldn't
was
find it.
taken from her?
She couldn't find it. She doesn't remember what it was. She just remembers that it was important. And
So
it's in
you're
no
just
way.
stumbling around Goldfield, just literally trying to find something you don't even remember what it was.
I just imagine turns
Yeah.
out she just like drops something
That
out of
is
her pocket
so
like a gold
tragic.
I mean, that's the feeling I mean, lost and confused and looking for stuff is my natural feeling. So, yes, that's exactly what happened.
Well, it's funny you should say that because on Gar's journey, she was walking through a grove within Goldenfields, and she happened to stumble across something that caught her eye. Now, to anyone else, such as any other druid or any other quote-unquote normal person, this would just seem like a branch of a tree. But to Gar the Garbage, she recognized this as the legendary wand from the ancient almighty Tree of Poking. Of course, like I said, to everyone else it's to a branch, but to Gar it's special, and as a result, it gives her a +1. So you now have a +1 wand of poking. Or I
Yay.
should say,
Can
a
I
+1
poke now?
legendary wand from an ancient tree of almighty poking.
Ooh. What a
I will-
fancy name for a
I think
stick.
we may need to turn it into an acronym.
What?
Fucking
What
hate
was
this
it?
campaign.
What's the acronym? What?
LWAT is what it shortens to
Lo-
rather nicely. Legendary wand.
Lawatap.
LWAT.
So basically, what a +1 weapon does, Amy, is whenever you're rolling to attack, you get to add a +1 to your roll, and whenever you deal damage, you get to add a +1 to your damage roll. Someone
That's an-
can correct me if I'm
That's
wrong.
an extra +1 on top of whatever other
Yeah,
things
that's on
you
top of
usually had.
anything else you already get.
And
Just like a
Steve's
nice
just handing out magic
bonus.
items.
Hell yeah.
I don't think
Well,
Amy.
I mean,
I
you
don't think
can-
Amy had one. So
You can try and take it, but to everyone else, it's just
Can I
like a normal
pretend that
branch.
Can I pretend that the one speaks to me?
Oh, it definitely speaks to you.
Oh yeah.
I was
Sure.
originally going to give it the power to let you commune with plants, but I figured the +1 would be more
Aw,
practical.
thank you.
Commune with
I
plants
think
is a
its
spell
best
anyway,
power.
isn't it?
I think its
Yeah.
best power is the fact that it can bitch slap Torvik.
Oh yeah, that's the whole point of it.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
sold.
I'll help.
Speaking of Torvik, what was Torvik up to?
wait. First, where is the party at the moment? What are they
He's
up to? 'Cause-
Currently outside the inn, as a drunken Orin has stumbled to tell them they are under attack from giants. And this is kind of in the early hours of the morning.
I
so
mean,
it's
I'm
still
not there.
I'll like walk up. I'll walk up to the party from just like round the corner and be like, well, you never guess what I'll be up to. What I was up to the last couple of days. Yeah, and you see Torvik just strolling in with like soot all over, soot covering him head to toe, scorched clothes and everything.
Are you okay, Torvik?
Well, yes. I've just.
That is a shame.
The weirdest thing happened to me. It hasn't happened in quite a long time, but I was doing some spells with that Madam Naxine, and suddenly I wasn't. And then I went on this like week-long journey with some people with some who are they now? I think there was some a town's guard. They were all had like pointy ears and everything. And we tracked down this dragon and we slew it and and then suddenly poof, I'm back here and
Torvik, I
I
think
just missed out on the treasure.
I think most
Literally, I was
people call
about to
that a dream.
grab the treasure, and suddenly I'm back here in this dump. But we slew the dragon. Yes.
Well, I think we're about to slay much more than a dragon.
Slide.
Slew, you did.
Chad. You know, I'm in.
What are you talking about? I want to go rest now. I've been adventuring for like a week.
We're going that way. Have fun on your own against the giants.
Okay, I'm coming.
Of course, what Torvik has failed to mention to all of you is that during the time he spent with Naxine, she very kindly taught him a new spell. That spell was the spell Fly. So Torvik can now fly.
Uh-oh.
Huh. Nice.
You know, like that scene in Star Wars where like they can fly now. It's like that basically.
That's a stupid scene, so it fits Torvik perfectly.
Exactly.
They could always fly. Is Debbie's mic?
So yeah, he can fly now.
No, apparently.
Nice. So is that? Do I just put that on my?
Yep. You have learnt the spell Fly. Why do you think I asked you for your list of spells, Sam?
Who
Well, then I
would
might
have
need to start
guessed?
missing
Who would've
sessions.
guessed?
Pardon?
If I miss a session, can I learn fly?
Maybe. I imagine Strom flying would be rather more intimidating.
I was just thinking, I missed a session and it ended up benefiting me.
Oh, you know.
Don't worry, I was.
I
I
like
was
to
actually
reward
upset
my
that-
players
yeah.
for not being here. Wait a minute.
Thank you.
Wait a minute.
All right, I've got the perfect idea, guys. Just for the next 4 weeks, we don't turn up for Stomping Thunder. Come
I
back.
love it when I
Come
don't have to
back
deal
and
with your shit.
Faerun is just destroyed.
Well,
Where on the sheet do I write my sword? Or what, do I write the thing about my wand?
Under your equipment.
Where's that? Sorry, I'm just looking.
That's
Is it-
okay.
wait, is this like an actual sheet? Like a printed
Oh,
It's
I
in
found
the
it,
main
yeah.
character sheet.
Found it.
God,
So
I
what's it
haven't.
called?
So I put it in Roll20. It's called The Legendary Wand from the Ancient Tree of Almighty Poking. I will
We're
send
gonna
it to
need
you
to
on
say that a
Discord.
lot slower.
I
Legendary.
will send it to you on Discord.
Legendary tree. What?
I sent it to you on Discord.
Thank you.
That is your item.
I would just say I use in these woods, and I will head towards the closest, loudest
well-
noise.
Where were you? Sorry.
Well, I slept in the woods.
So funny you should mention that. As you're kind of, is Strom still kind of half asleep? What's going on with Strom at the moment?
Well, if I would hear the noises, I would end up waking up.
You would hear the noises, but in addition to the noises, you also hear some noises in the glade. You can hear kind of shouts and screams within the glade in a voice that you recognize as Lithalas's.
Can I hear what he's saying?
He's just saying things like,
Come back.
Get out! Get out! Leave this place, you filthy cretins!
I will head towards the tree.
Okay. You emerge into the grove, to Lithalas's grove. Map change.
Oh, jeez.
Can you see
Oh,
Lithalas?
there's all these people, but it's
Patreon.
just me.
Well, yeah,
Oops.
sorry, that's for later.
Yeah,
Sorry.
it's just me
Hold
and
on.
I move the tree bags. But it's just
How did I get
Oh,
here?
I would like my companion to be hidden away, not anywhere nearby.
We'll get
My
to that when we
companion
come
will
back.
very much be in front of
Yeah.
me, and I will be
I will
hiding
put
away.
Torvik here, right there.
So you see what appears to be a whole bunch of goblins.
Pardon me. Oh,
You would have been proud of me, Sam. Yesterday we were fighting against some rhinoceroses, and I literally just hid the entire time using rope trick. It's amazing.
I'm very proud, and Torvik would be too.
Also,
I'm
I killed
so
someone with an animated slice of bread.
which you would be happy about, 'cause poor Sterling.
Here, have lunch! Oh shit!
What?
You also see some bugbears and some ogres. You also hear lumbering two not very happy giants.
I hope this tree's pretty strong. Because
Look at that face. He is mighty. He's the mightiest tree you've ever known. Look at that face.
He's doing a
He's
poo.
seen some shit, man.
probably is. I really hope he is.
What happened with the backgrounds of each of these tokens, though? The squares.
Oh, don't ask.
Ah.
It was enough work as it was.
Can I be in his branches? Because I think I would have gone to live for less.
Would you have gone to
Hasn't
Lithalas?
Yeah.
Okay,
I
yeah,
like
you
it.
can
Just a
be.
quick question.
So,
You've had to
Wasn't I
sleep in his trees, in his leaves.
I don't know how to be in
an
a branch.
invasion. Yes, so Nanami is
Oh,
here,
okay.
Oh,
and needless to say, Lithalas is very concerned.
I mean, I would have been aware Narnia was here, but
I would be too if Strom was in my branches. you know.
Nanami, don't leave me with all these people! I'm coming!
We're miles away. Well,
I would have
there is-
followed Nanami.
Right,
I would have followed
this-
Nanami.
No,
but-
she was always here. We're on our way here, basically. So we're not here
Oh.
at the moment, Sam.
Okay. Oh, she
So basically, we were at the tavern. I think what happened was Strom and Nanami didn't go back to the tavern. They were just chilling out with
Yeah,
Mr. Tree.
Druid
gotcha.
and brooding half orc things.
Brooding.
So just a quick recap before we actually do potentially get into any combat. So just a reminder, you don't have to have your NPCs fight. Max, they can run away. There's no need for them to fight if you don't want them to. If you do choose for them to fight, they will act on the same initiative as you, and you can choose if they go before or after you. And then obviously you should all have their character sheets that I sent you. So please try and kind of stick to how you think they would act in these situations.
Lucky enough, my character would fully out sight of any danger anyway.
Yep.
I think that
Sure, he wouldn't play an epic guitar solo.
I think that Naxine would being the feisty person she is, I think she would stay, and I think she'd like prepare by casting mage armor beforehand.
Okay. I mean, we're
Yeah.
not in any combat yet, so you
Yeah.
don't need to tell me. So all of the NPCs except Lithalas will be gathering outside the inn. So those that you want to come with you will come with you to the grove.
Mine's
so
coming
that-
with me.
Okay, so let me just separate them. So we know Ben's is coming with. Max, I'm assuming yours is not.
Hell no.
Okay.
He's fucking useless.
no!
He is
Uh-oh.
useless.
Nathan, would Myros come in?
I think he mostly just wants to protect his inn.
Okay, yeah, he can stay and protect his inn if you want.
Anything comes near his inn, he will punch them in the face.
Oh yeah, definitely. And Adam, what about Shelvus?
Shelvus probably would come with.
Okay,
So I need
Cool.
more range attacks on my turns.
it's true. Okay, so how are Nanami and Strom reacting to the sight of all these invaders marching their way through Lithalas's grove?
Well, I'm gonna get a bit closer to about Nanami and Lithalas.
And what about Nanami? How's she reacting to this sight?
She's gonna whisper to Lithalas to stay still.
He's staying perfectly still, and I don't know if you've looked at his sheet, Debbie. but
Yeah,
he's
then
got
he looks like a
yeah,
normal tree.
He just looks like a normal tree with a water genasi hanging off of him.
I want like Beauty and the Beast moment where they go to like fight and then
1 second.
they think it's just like regular like furniture and then they come to life. That's what's gonna happen here.
Except in this case, Strom's the beauty.
It's true.
He's very beautiful, rugged half, beautiful man. I mean, I would.
Nanami's a beast.
Yeah.
Well, wait for her to transform first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Back for a
So,
thousand
I mean, I'll probably start tossing javelins until they got close enough to.
Okay. Let's say the rest of the party arrives as you toss your first javelin. So who would you like to toss a javelin at?
Strom, not at me. No.
I hear rustling behind me.
Do you guys see where I'm pinging on the map? So everyone that's not Strom and Nanami, you can move your characters anywhere, kind of like towards.
I should probably be at the front since I'm the only like tanky boy we've got at the moment, right?
This one doesn't have like grid snapping, but you can see the squares already on the map. So
exactly.
Each square is 5 feet, right?
yeah, each square for this is 5 feet. It's just because this map already has.
I suppose as well, if I can do it as I'm also throwing the javelin, just to get rage up, if that's okay as well.
So you want to rage first?
Well, if
if Strom's throwing a javelin, I'm assuming you're jumping into combat.
I mean, yeah, but if this is happening before combat, and this is like the thing that will kick it
Combat
off,
has not started yet. So, but obviously, if you throw a javelin, that would start combat.
But I'm saying, can I do that and go into rage at the same time?
I mean, are they both separate actions?
Well, one's an action, one's a bonus action. So I just want
Yeah, in which case I don't see why not.
to. Okay, excellent. Are you all? Strom will go into rage in the first
Go
thing.
for it.
Oh, I think my macro should be able to sort all that out. Okay, so for first things first. Turn to that one and so many rolls to begin with. 5. Sorry, I need to find out what this one does. Oh, well, nothing happens yet. That comes later.
Let's have a look out of curiosity.
I know what that one does.
I mean,
Nice.
it's not one of the best ones, but it's
I think we'll be okay for this.
it will be pretty good, but it's not as fun as some of the other ones. And
Okay.
I will throw the javelin,
At
which would be at the closest goblin.
this one.
Yeah, this one.
Hold on.
I think I did that right because
So that's an 11, correct?
yes.
Just check. I've got all their stats written down. Unfortunately, the javelin misses.
Oh dear.
And can we all please roll for initiative?
Ba-ba-ba-ba.
I have to roll so many initiatives this time.
I mean,
I mean,
Gee,
you-
Rolling in advance is your friend.
and you can just if you do just like roll XD, like
Yeah,
however
I've
many
already
D.
done that.
Yeah.
I've literally just done
oh
that.
god.
I just want
Don't
to point
worry.
out as well.
Don't worry, Nathan.
I just,
We got it.
Kill Max.
God.
I just want to point out I also rolled 3 nat 20s.
Wait,
Well,
because of my because of another thing I got earlier, so I don't get an extra +1, do I?
No,
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 Not this.
that's only when you're attacking someone that you get the bonuses.
Right.
attacking them or casting spells.
Oh boy, this is going to be a pain in
Probably
the arse
casting
to do.
spells.
Yeah.
Or unless you're attacking with the stick, then you'll get an extra +1, but don't do that.
Just give me like 5 minutes to fucking do all of this.
Currently,
It's fine, I am having dinner.
Strom's
Yeah, I should
actually
be having my dinner
his
as
whole
well.
thing also got lightning on
Okay,
it, because that's cool.
So, Amy,
Yes.
Yeah,
in-
you kn-
yeah.
so you know the list of spells that I gave you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So any
How
of
did I
them,
fuck that up?
any of those that you, any of those that say make a spell attack or something along those lines,
Hmm.
that's when you will add the +1 when you're rolling to attack, or when you are rolling for like damage.
Okay. I'll
Yeah.
I'll add that now. But just a question: we're doing what are we rolling for?
Initiative.
Initiative.
So that's the turn
Initiative.
order.
But I can't see that. Sorry, where would I find?
Be near the top of your sheet.
It's just
Oh,
plus
shit.
your dexterity.
Sorry, give me a
Oh, so 3.
Yeah.
So
One
it's D20 plus 3.
Is it space +3 or is it just +3?
Either, it's fine.
Oh,
Forward slash
you forgot
roll.
the slash roll.
Oh, forward.
Christ. Okay. Oh boy.
Sorry.
That's all right.
You should. No, it's
And
alright.
still
Sorry
doing
for what?
stuff on his end anyway.
Yeah, it's gonna be like.
Yeah,
probably
the
at
old
least a
boy
couple
was
minutes.
his aspiration, now what he's done.
Oh, I got a
Oh,
5.
five.
How rubbish.
So how many?
Don't
There is
worry,
6
I
files.
got a 0. I got
Yeah,
a 0,
Sorry,
so...
Amy.
I did really
Did you say
well
rubbish
for
or
me?
garbage?
Pardon? Who just said garbage?
Rubbish or garbage?
Ah.
Also, this is only 2 of the giants. There's 4 more.
Yeah, we still, like, 6 giants, 12 ogres, 12 bugbears, and 60 goblins.
Little do you know, Ben. Little do you know.
Sounds
Little do I
like my
know.
family reunion.
Let's just say I'm familiar with this section of the book.
I mean, I'm not, I don't know anything.
Yeah, Jesus fucking Christ. Let me. Give me like
Let's
a
just say it's going to be
minute
a
work this
fun,
out.
in air quotes, for a session for Ant, just the logistics of it.
Well, I don't have to worry about any of that, so...
Mulan, on the other hand.
just give me like I'm literally
Milan's
just
got
going to go
this. For
across
the
the map
first
and
time in my
see.
Lizzie existence, I am concerned about how many arrows I have.
Oh god.
I hope my act won't get dull by
That's
it.
your
I
turn.
I've had to get my notebook out to keep track of Mulan's. She's got 20 sling stones, so I've got to keep track of that just in case.
Well, as an action, in the DMG, you can always find a stone.
Yeah, but then she
But
can't
you
shoot
use
her.
as your action.
I mean, 20 should be okay. I think
Yes.
Just
Well,
wait
There's
all them
20
down
on
a
this
bit.
board alone.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17.
that's
Yeah.
enough, one for each. One shot.
Wait a minute, there wasn't that many last time I looked.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot to bring in the bugbears. There's
Oh,
three
great.
bugbears as well.
Yeah, they use
So
Don't
I'm
those.
worry,
still
guys.
trying to give them initiative. Just give me a minute, please.
Don't worry, guys, there's only 14 of. Oh god, there's 3 more!
Oh god, I've lost track.
We're
of
fucked.
5. Orange.
Yes, well, none of us noticed was the really tall giant that kicked in the front gate to go in first.
Oi, oi, lads, you alright?
Yeah.
Big red keys are in it.
Yeah.
Clifford,
It's gonna get Clifford.
what are you doing here, Clifford?
Oh,
Clifford went downhill after they cancelled his TV show.
Yeah, he really did. Got mixed up with the wrong crowd.
He's one of the people that were like him.
Or like his son. So.
Yeah.
He's still probably big though. He was definitely bigger than these giants actually.
Well, they're hill, right? They're only like
Yeah.
a couple.
16 feet tall.
Yeah,
16? Hill giants.
Did you not look at the thing that I put in D&D
I did,
chat?
but I thought they were like. Oh wait, I'm thinking of meters. Never mind.
I still think if you put like Clifford would still.
15.
Actually, I don't.
10.
He'd be taller than a hill giant. I think.
Yellow.
They're rather tall.
I like how the hill giant has a picture of custodians. That's going to be one of the villages.
I have no idea what fucking icon I've even put for this thing. So I'm gonna
It's a
give it
flag
like
goblin and a skull goblin.
How come
a
3 of these are
flag
just
goblin.
the
Thank you.
White Walkers from Game of
Flag
Thrones?
gob.
Are you trying to tell me Storm Giant isn't just a White Walker?
gob.
He's pretty close to it. And frost giants. Yeah.
So that's
Frost makes the most sense, though, I guess.
Storm eyes are more blue, and look at that sword bit. Look at the lightning.
okay.
Which-
I've
Hey,
put their initiatives together. Now I just have to order it and then take your initiatives.
and then-
Yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ. Okay, so stop messaging me, Joel.
Well,
He's messaging me about house stuff. I'm like, now is not the time.
allow me to be the first to say during this encounter.
I'll be fine, guys. I'm going. I'm going to play
Gonna
this
get
fight
maximum
like I play
value
League.
on the hunter's mark here, though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I just need to do something really quick. Let's.
I'm playing this game like I play.
I have no interest in this adverts. Max, sort out your adverts, please.
Oh, apologies.
Disgusting
I can't control it.
capitalist.
But it's important.
But it's important.
Some
Don't
of them
leave a
rolled
crook.
really well, and most of them rolled really
I
badly.
mean, did they beat a 0? Because
Yes. It will be a 0, I'm afraid.
That's all right. Rub it in more. I can take it. Oh shit, Ant.
Yes.
oh,
What's up?
If you want more logistical nightmares, if you want more time to buy time, someone has redeemed
Yeah.
the flashback.
Who has Joel?
Adam has redeemed it for Strom.
Oh, okay. Go for it then.
well, I don't know, is
Strong.
there any specific sort of
In this situation,
idea?
I want you to tell me about a time when Strom faced overwhelming odds.
It was that freaking tax.
Flashbacks to
It was
5
at the
seconds
local
ago.
tavern. Yeah, watching the horse racings.
Overwhelming odds. That probably didn't end well. Okay. So we go back to a slightly younger
It
Strom.
was a custody lawsuit against his wife.
I don't like to talk about that, okay? Much younger Strom, sleeping in a nice hammock in a wooden cabin with some... and suddenly notices him and both his parents wake up, and from the sound of cackling and laughing and what sounds like buildings and woods on fire, Strom and his parents gather their arms, running outside and seeing that their cabin in the woods, as it were, is near enough surrounded by creatures such as goblins, bugbears, and the like.
Ah, that was me. That was me.
Yeah, that's you really. I think he hates Torvik so much. Strom's home also quickly caught ablaze. In this, realizing the intensity of the situation, Strom's mother attempted to do what she could to lead break a hole in the line or circle of goblins surrounding their home, with Strom's father firing his bow at them to provide support. Strom, still being a half-orc, was able to do his bow. However, every member of Strom's family ended up taking significant wounds at this point. Multiple goblin arrows, and for himself and his father's mother being attacked by plenty of goblins herself. Until eventually, fortunately, they were able to break out of this and running out further and deeper into the forest, while still being chased by goblins. And whenever they look back, seeing the home that they lived in for a many number of years blaze, and everything they'd worked for no more, until eventually they were able to hide and wait out the tide of goblins.
I would say lovely, but that's obviously not lovely. But very well done. And I believe you get an inspiration with that as well, which may or may not come in handy.
Might do.
Okay. I need to take down your inspiration, so...
What about initiative?
Initiative, sorry. Nathan, what was your initiative?
3.
God. Okay. Adam?
15, I believe. Yes.
15. Shoulders. Okay. Ben?
It was 10.
10. Ben 10.
Yep, I was really hoping no one would say that.
Max was a 0.
Just to put me all the way at the bottom of the list. All the way
Max
at the bottom.
0.
Sam?
18.
18. Nice. And
Combined
Maxine,
match,
right?
Pardon?
Nothing.
Maxine
I
is
made a
with you,
hand
right?
Yes, she is.
Maxine.
Well, yeah, she's there, not necessarily next to me.
Yeah, but she's there, so. Cool. Debbie?
15.
15.
We got. See, this is why.
Are you
I asked
faster
my
or
friend.
slower than Adam?
Huh?
In what stat?
Dex.
Dex.
I think
In-
my dex is higher. Most
Yeah, I'm
likely.
pretty sure it must be. Mine's +0, so.
Yeah, mine's plus 4.
15.
This is why.
And Ames, what did you roll for your initiative?
5.
5. Okay. Cool. There's a lot of stuff that we need to get through, so this will be fun. Cool. The masked goblin is going first. Did I write down their range? Oh yes, I did. Anthony, you're a genius. 30 feet. 5. Oh no, that's not what I meant to do.
That's flag goblin.
15, 20,
Are
25.
you doing the must goblin?
Yes.
You're on the
Oh.
flagged one right now.
Oh my god, okay. Sorry.
It's all falling
5,
apart.
10, 15, 20,
Hasn't even
25,
kicked off yet.
30. Okay. Then the yellow
Back to
goblin.
trees.
Where is the yellow goblin?
Back just next to Mask.
15, 20, 25, 30. Then orange goblin.
There.
I think I should stop making
5,
characters that part of their
15,
backstory or
20,
something. They burned down
25,
some
30.
burned down around.
Yeah, it's about the same. Theme here.
Then flag goblin. 5, 10, 15, 20.
This time it wasn't his
30.
fault, Adam.
Then blue ogre.
Somewhere
Sorry.
there.
One.
Oh,
Let
Jesus.
me check. 40, 10, 15, 25, 30, 35, 40. And then it is Sam's turn.
Sorry, he moves how far?
40 feet.
Can he not?
I'm afraid you can.
Son of a
Sam,
bitch.
what would you and or Naxine like to do? Or Torvik and or Naxine?
Out from the so me and Naxine are gonna get into like into a position where we can probably see what's going on, and both of us simultaneously will nod to each other and shout "Go!" and but both of us will cast Firebolt at the same time at the ogre.
Okay, cool. So roll for me.
I'm looking for my dice, but I forgot that we did.
By a fault.
Slash roll 1d20 plus.
By your fault.
Plus 7. 16 to hit the ogre.
Yep, that's a hit.
I believe that is 2d10 now. It's
Yeah.
yeah. And just double checking.
This is your ones.
Firebolt. Yeah, this is my one. Yeah, 2d10. Slash roll 2d10.
Bloop.
Wait, oops.
You roll real good.
No,
He did the roll wrong.
Professional roller.
Starters, you mean to go on? Yeah.
What the odds of that?
Wow.
Duality.
The duality.
Duality of sand.
Okay. And then do,
So,
Naxine.
yeah, that's my action. And then, yeah, then I'm gonna do next.
Wait, your firebolt does 2d10.
No, it's
Yes,
two
there
separate
were 5.
firebolts. Oh, really? Oh, shit.
Yeah,
No,
on the
yeah.
fly does two.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, I forgot they improved. Oh my
where
god,
is
they improved.
What level caster is?
Should have all her stats
yeah,
on her
go-
sheet.
Yep, exact. Yeah. So that is slash roll 1d20 plus 5. 13. Does that hit the ogre?
The ogre. Yes, that hits.
Slash roll 2d.
I want her to roll a 10 on a
10.
1. Oh, that's disappointing.
Seconds.
Yeah, so both of these firebolts land pretty much at the same time, right in the ogre's face. And, yeah.
The ogre does not look happy.
So
Yeah.
no good. Does
And
that ever look happy?
Yeah, and then as I have been like the entire way from the tavern, I carry on babbling about how great I was fighting the dragon. Like, oh, you should have seen me. I was riding it and I stabbed it in the neck, and oh, it was brilliant. I basically took it on all on my own. It was really big, and so yeah, and I just carry on.
That's what your mom said.
She said the dragon was really big. That's what she said.
You did, yeah.
To be fair, dragon.
Okay. Are either of our mages doing anything else? Or sorcerers, I should say.
No, I don't believe there's much that I can do.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe that might be it. Yeah.
So the red ogre goes next. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. And next we have Adam and Shalvus.
Right. Now, I know what I should do, but I don't know if I have the strength to do it.
Abs with lightsaber.
It's making a run from. Isn't the red one close?
Is it within reach, Adam?
Yes.
God damn.
Actually, it's within close range.
Archers.
But first, I will. Wait, hang on. There is a closer giant, which I suppose
There
makes
is.
more sense.
It does.
It's in range. Let's not pretend otherwise. I see this thing here.
Yes, I do see it.
That's a hill giant, yeah?
Yes, it is. Which
I
makes
would
it
like-
your favoured enemy.
Yes, means it's marked by Hunter's Mark, which I'm going to.
I've got to try and red arrow.
Does something stupid here, doesn't it? Yeah. Right, well, that's unfortunate.
I think what you're doing is
I think that's a damage.
you're casting as VTT, yeah, but you want to
Yeah.
display in VTT if you want to actually just show the spell. But I think if you display, you have to tick the box of the spell slot manually.
So,
Yeah.
but
Because it's fiddly, because I've learned it can be a little bit weird with Magic Missile. But, yeah, it's doable though.
Wait, I'm raging. I'll put that on there as well.
So I've cast Hunter's Mark, which is my bonus action
You cast it on this guy, yeah?
on Red Giant, yes.
Okay.
And I'd like to make an attack with my longbow because, well,
Why not? Are you making it again on the red giant?
yes, sorry.
Okay.
Does a 25 hit?
Yes, it does.
Are you sure?
Oh my God.
Yes, I'm very sure.
Alright, let's roll damage.
you rolled a 16 as well.
Yeah.
So
Minimal damage on the Colossus, but maximum on the actual bow itself though.
you've done 19
Yeah.
damage though, right? Because of
Do we count that, or would you like me to roll Hunter's Mark
I-
again?
also, do you get Colossus because it hasn't been damaged yet?
I don't get Colossus
Okay.
yet, no.
Right.
That's good to
So,
know.
how much? What does Hunter's Mark add? I can never
1d6.
Yes, so roll the Hunter's Mark damage.
I'm just going to roll it manually because that's weird. He likes to roll the spell slot. Oh, fucking brilliant. Starting strong.
Well, there's your Colossus Slayer damage added back on.
Yeah, it's brilliant, isn't it? And
Yeah.
I only get one attack per action.
Yes, but Shalvus has his turn now as well.
Oh yeah, because well,
Yeah.
I know, it's gonna be so helpful, right?
Shalvus, right. Let's have a gander at your sheet again, 'cause
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
pretty
cool.
sure I know what you're going to do. Can I have him hide like a bitch?
Yes, of course you can. Do you want him to actually take the hide action, or just like move behind
Well, I
the
mean-
tree and hope he doesn't get seen?
Yeah, pretty much that bit.
Okay.
I'd like to roll stealth, basically.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, as far as he is aware, he's stealthed.
In that case, is that my action?
Is taking hide in action? I believe so.
It
Unless
is.
you're a rogue.
If I'm wrong.
Or a goblin.
Damn goblins. Oh, damn, oh, damn. Oh, I'll tell.
Okay. So do you want him to move anywhere, or is he just going to stay put where he is?
If that's his action, I would like him to stay put.
Cool.
Or
You
even
guys
if-
can move the
I'm gonna
NPCs. He's literally
Yeah,
next to
I'm
you.
gonna
He's
put
there.
him behind a tree.
Fair enough.
Why is it saying 7 feet?
It's probably not scaled correctly.
Okay, no worries.
I will have him there. And if he has no other actions, because that is his action, then I will have him hide.
Okay, fair
And that
enough.
will be that. Maybe he'll cry.
Debbie,
I don't know.
what would you and your best tree friend like to do?
He's still chilling, staying motionless. I, however, would like to do something. Everyone's a little bit far away.
You got yellow
You've got,
here,
you've got me in
or
a tree.
orange
It's fine.
here,
Goblins.
red and blue. You could murder Strom if you wanted.
Yeah. No, I
Wait.
was hoping to do a bit of. Or.
Wait.
Oh,
Did I level up my character?
You should be level 5.
Yeah.
by the way, if I like give someone advantage on particular checks, if their attack uses that check, then it's also their attack, right? That they get advantage on.
It's ability check, then no, because they're different to attacks. Like,
Oh, but it doesn't say like, well, it says like strength checks and stuff. But what if your attack is with strength?
well, I don't think that will change it. Well, rage, I don't know if you're planning caster myself, for example, but I already have advantage on strength checks and saving throws, and then in brackets says not attacks. I don't know if
okay.
that's... I don't know if it says that or not.
I don't think checks
Okay.
would count as attacks.
Yeah.
That was a useless spell to prepare then. Oh yeah. Okay, I'm going to instead cast Fairy Fire. I'm gonna cast it.
Strong.
Like, can I draw a
Yes.
drawing tools?
If only it wasn't slightly scaled wrong.
I'm sorry.
It seems alright.
It's a pain to scale these things.
Oh
It's
wait, is
more-
it not? Is it not?
I think it's
Each
like...
square is each square is 5 feet, even if it doesn't quite come out
Oh
that
wait, hang
way.
on. So we could just do it that way, yeah.
Yeah, so just
Square is
each
5.
square is 5 feet.
Just okay. So we're going by squares. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good, good. What? Oh, okay. No, wait, oh, for fuck's sake. 5, 10, 15, 20. 5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah, that. In that radius.
So that hits all 5 of them, is that correct?
I
So
believe
1
so.
bugbear, 3 goblins, and 1 giant.
And then they have to make dexterity saving throws.
Oh god, hold on, give me a second.
You're
They're all
talking
gonna
yet?
be outlined in blue light
Blue.
if they fail.
I need to. What was it? Dexterity, you said?
Yeah, dex saving throw.
I do like how this giant has a sentry gun. as well.
Yeah, I was looking at that like, what is that?
Believe
Sorry,
in
just-
Hunter's Mark.
It is.
It is meant to be, and what
I-
better hunter's mark than, you know?
The callback sentry weapon.
Okay, I will do the
Then
giant
maybe
first.
the actual power, the actual
No.
target.
1d20 minus 1. No, Jesus Christ, okay. Well, the giant succeeds.
Oh, would you like
Oh,
an animation
no.
there for you?
Yes, please, Max.
Would you like to use
Why?
Stroms?
That was the main one I was
Sure.
trying to
Oh.
get.
It's not much what I roll.
Go get it, Grandma.
I need the DM Nat 20 animation, I've decided. It's like a
Roll.
somewhat like an evil cackling grin or something.
Yeah.
Exactly.
1d20 plus 2. I will do that 4 times. Okay, so green survives, blue gets hit, and red gets hit. So blue and red, you're saying are currently illuminated, correct?
What about the other red one?
Yes, hold on.
What would be a good?
Okay,
this
you
one
rolled
would
a
be a
nat
good
one, so-
illuminating one.
Yay,
So
okay.
red, blue, and red.
One of the ones on strong would be a good.
They are all outlined in blue, and we have an advantage on attack rolls against them.
Lovely.
I think putting one of the icons on them would be easier.
Yes, probably. Hold on.
There's one where it looks like there's like.
Yeah, I'll get rid of this box now.
Uh,
Oh, silly giant.
Yes. Silly.
I was trying to give you advantage on rolls against him.
it's,
I already
Silly
have
is
an
the word I
advantage.
would use, but
I have. Oh, yeah. I'll just reckless attack him. It can't possibly go wrong.
true.
Strom
Okay.
paste. You would improve.
And Nanami will like stand up on one of the branches, like holding on to one, and shout out at that giant who just evaded her fairy fire and go, "Hey, giant! You smell!"
Vicious
And
mockery.
that's the end of my turn.
Fair enough. Okay.
Uh,
The green ogre. Where is the green ogre?
right side.
Ah, here he is. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Oh,
Uh,
Jesus.
yeah. So he's going to make an attack against Nanami.
But I'm in the tree.
And he's going to try and like cut down the branch.
Oh, that's really bad.
I know, it's very rude.
I'm
Why
not
didn't
really-
I get Lithalas to prepare an attack? I'm such a noob.
Hold on. I swore I wrote down what they could do. Clearly I did not. I
could
said
smash.
Just block. Apologies,
I think
guys.
the Nat 20 thing that showed up, or one of them was the one for Strom, wasn't it, Nick?
yeah. I think he used Strom's one.
Buck. Why you do this to me, concentration spells? Why? Why? There's
Yeah,
so
they
many.
are paying all the time.
I'm assuming an 8 doesn't hit.
It does not. Suck it, ogre!
Nanami is feeling powered right now. Okay. Next
Nanami's
is
doing
the
too vulgar for
blue
stripes.
giant. So, where did I have him? Like that. He's going to stand there and look imposingly, hiding this goblin behind him.
Yeah, no kidding.
Accidentally
He's
stands on the goblin.
I think you can force one of them to go to the front.
No,
So if you move the
he's
goblin up. And
no,
then-
he's going to accidentally stomp again on the goblin.
Oh,
So I think there would just be a
sorry.
normal 1d20. Roll 1d to see if he hits. What's the goblin's AC? Unfortunately, he misses, so the goblin darts out of the way.
Just trying to think of what Phil like clip I'm thinking of. Someone.
Ben, you're up.
Okay, then. Let's see
Ben
here.
slash Z. Ben slash Mulan.
Quickly.
I am gonna run
Oh, wait.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and 1, 2,
Yes.
3, 4. Oh, sorry. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 25, 60. And I'm gonna cast Web right there. That
Oh,
expands 20 feet in.
Do you want to draw the web for me?
Yes.
Okay.
Hold on. I need to think about this. So it's 20 feet in each direction. I cast it there. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry. 5, 5, 10, 15, 20. Oh, this is difficult. 5, 10, 15, 20. So. Oh, someone help me out here, please.
Well,
I've
what's
never
that?
had to draw one of these.
It's 5 by 5. 5 squares across by 5 squares down.
4 by 4.
4 by 4, sorry. I can't math. 4 by 4, thank you, Sam. Sam can math, I can't.
So 4.
Wait,
So
fuck
I'm
is he
pretty
drawing?
sure it starts like
Okay,
here.
Okay, so can you see the purple square? That's the size. Where do you want me to place it?
That's the size?
Yeah.
It's a 20-foot cube.
Oh, I've got this completely wrong. Hold on.
You can encompass 3 of them.
Where do you want me to place it?
Hold on, I'll draw my own and do it.
Okay.
Thanks. Well, I thought that was a lot bigger. So, I will.
I mean, if you
They
move
have to
to
make
the right, you can still
Dex
get it.
saving throws, don't they?
They do. Let's put it. Let's put it
If
here.
you
Well,
move
I
it
don't know
onto-
where to put it.
If
I'll
you move
put
it
it here.
on to the right, you'll get mascot.
There?
Yeah, so they have to make DC 15 Dex saves.
Is this another fairy fire?
So, this one here, the Mars one, fails. And then I will do the
There's. Oh no, it dodged the right.
giant. On the 20 minus 1. He fails as well.
Oh, lovely. So they are sorry.
They are webbed, and we have an icon
this
for
is
webbed. So, actually, no. I think there is actually.
They are restrained.
Spider web icon. So I use that.
And they can use the action to make a strength check against the spell save DC to break free. Or they remain
Lovely.
restrained. And I will also... A bonus action. Necklace will pulse, and a kind of aura will glow around Mulan. And she will gain... One sec, what's my hit dice? I'm a wizard, I should know this. Is it D6?
D6 for wizards, I think. Yeah.
I think Ben likes the NPC more than the rest of us.
I
No,
do.
He genuinely, he told me he wants to keep her as a pet.
Yes. Oh,
Not a pet, what the fuck? Say it like that.
I get into that.
5. She gains 5 temporary hit points.
And is she going to take an action?
She will. She's gonna. Ooh, that's worrying up there actually. She's gonna come up to here and shoot 2 slingshots thingies at Blue Gobbo or Ogre, whatever that is.
Ooga.
So
Go for it.
roll 1d20 plus 4. I believe. Yep. Good. Misses the first one.
unfortunately, that
Reloads. Hey!
That does hit, however.
Shoots out the second stone from the sling and does 1d4 plus 2.
What a shame.
This is for your boss.
That's 3 damage.
The ogre looks at. Oh, did not mean to do that. Hold on. The ogre looks at Z and kind of grunts angrily.
Yeah. That's my turn.
Lovely. Green bugbear. Green bugbear
Top right.
is here.
Actually, she'll also move back 1.
10,
That's my
15,
turn, sorry.
20, 25, 30. He is done. Blue goblin here. He's affected by fairy fire, isn't he? Yes, he is. 5, 10, 15, 20,
It's weird, blue goblin.
25. Okay, he's going to make an attack against Strom. We usually know how this ends,
It's disappointing.
but you know, plus 4 to hit.
Pretty sure you
Roll 1d6 plus 4. And of course, he wildly slashes and.
I mean, you rolled a
misses
d6,
entirely.
not a d20.
Oh, I did. Slash roll.
You can keep that roll if you
1d20
like.
Plus 4. That one hits.
Yeah, that
Okay.
one does. But
Slash
I'll-
roll 1d plus 2. 3 damage.
half
Round
damage.
down,
And
1 damage.
and in return, it takes 5 damage due to the hing of my rage, as I will describe it. Whenever a creature hits you with an attack roll before your rage ends, that creature takes 1d6 force damage as magic lashes out in retribution.
Lovely. Okay. That
Strom
is
has Thornmail. What the
the
hell?
blue goblin. It's time for the blue bugbear. 5,
It's a blue
10,
bugbear.
15, 20,
bloody
25,
Blue,
30.
blue bear.
Blue bear. There's 17
Yeah,
of these things.
I have
Adam.
form now.
Red gobbo is here.
Is this what it says in the
5,
book?
10, 15, 20,
Thornmail.
25,
That's,
30.
Right, Sam, the tracks we found indicates there are 6 giants, 12 ogres, 12 bugbears, and 60 goblins.
And that's
Yeah,
just
you
this
missed
battle
that,
group.
by the way. This is
That's-
one battle group.
Oh, wow.
This is
okay.
probably going to last a few sessions more than I
Hell
thought.
no, we're gonna massacre these guys. Let's get it.
Or we're going to get massacred.
Ames, it's your turn.
Yes. Ooh, okay. So what do
It's
I
just
do?
like chess.
Whatever
but
you want to
insane.
do. This is 5D
Um,
chess. I'm
Nice.
3 steps ahead of you and 12 steps behind.
Wait,
At the same time.
Long
that
legs.
sounds like a board game I made. Exactly what would happen.
Can I cast a spell?
You can indeed.
You might want to get a bit
Go
closer
for
though.
Okay, fine. So I go a bit closer.
I would like to cast carpet bombing.
Can I call in some napalm?
Fuck the town.
Yeah. Strom doesn't. Yeah. In fact, he
Can
does.
I-
This is the greatest city that's ever existed.
Cast.
You can also see my thornmail as the lightning hangs.
Can I cast thunderclap?
If you want,
I-
you probably need to move closer to get in range, though,
Yeah.
because you are.
So,
It's like 10 foot
Yeah.
around you, isn't it? It's like-
5. It's 5 foot around you. So if you're basically you've got to be literally next to an enemy.
It's more like something you cast to get
So
them
can I
away from
move
you.
next to an? Can I move next to an enemy?
I don't think you have enough movement to do that.
25, 30. No.
Okay.
It's like your oh
Um,
no button, that one. So if they get too close, you use that one.
Oh. Control flames is a bit. Thorn whip. I'll do that.
So you need range is 30 feet. So
Yeah.
yeah, so you probably need to. Where are you?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. She moves here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Then
Oh,
no,
I
she's
re-
still-
To be honest, I
Control
reckon she
flame.
would have started closer to everyone. Just she.
Yeah.
She
No,
can
it's-
hit. Oh, that's a good.
Let's say she started
Control-
here.
Control flames. I would like to do that. That's 60
And
feet.
what does control flames do? Read it to me.
You choose non-magical flames that you can see within range and that fits within a 5-foot cube. You affect it in one of the following ways. You instantaneously expand the flame 5 feet in one direction, provided that wood or fuel is present in the new location. You
She's gonna burn the
instantaneously-
forest down.
Yes,
Is that what I'm
that's
hearing
what
right now?
Yes,
That's
I'm burning the
marriage.
forest. down.
You realise this is a tree and he's a good guy.
I also don't think there's any
Alright.
fire right now.
No, there isn't any time.
Yeah, there's also no
I
fire.
don't know.
I mean, there's.
Ah.
You can use your higher level
I-
spells as well. You don't have to just use cantrips.
Oh,
I mean, maybe. Okay, so you can. Okay, so you've got Ice Knife, which is a long range spell that does like damage, or you've got a spell like
Right.
Entangle, which or you've got a spell like Entangle, which is more, which basically makes it harder for the enemy to move. So you're basically
Right.
doing more utility.
Ice Knife is pretty good, though. Ice Knife is pretty
Ice
good.
Knife.
It nearly killed an enemy.
Yes, I would like to use
Dead.
Ice Knife, please.
Okay, so ice knife. You need to roll a d20. You get to add. I think. If you scroll down to this, the spell thing, your spell save on your sheet, the spell section
No,
on your
no.
character sheet.
I'll make this easier for you, Sam. Right. So it's 1d20 plus your proficiency plus your spell
So
casting
3.
modifier
So I'm gonna guess that's 4, so plus 7.
plus
Plus an
1
extra
from the
one.
wand.
Yeah, so plus
So
8.
1d20 plus 8. So do slash roll 1d20 plus 8.
Yeah, I think I've done it.
Oh, big roll. Nice.
I'm assuming we're aiming for blue over
Oh,
here.
yeah.
Okay, yep.
Uh,
That is a hit.
I'll aim for that when you can aim for this.
On a hit, target takes 1d10 piercing damage. So you roll a 1d10 first?
Plus 1. for
Me.
Yes, Gar.
wait,
the, for the
you
one.
can.
Or does that not count? Can never remember.
Roll d20. 1d20.
1d10.
1d10.
Oh, 1d10.
Yep.
Why? What's this for?
So
Uh,
this is
that's
the
the
main
damage.
knife damage. Main knife
Yeah.
damage, and then
Oh.
explodes and hits the
also
other
get
goblin.
You also get +1 as well because.
Yeah, because of the
wait,
wand.
Why?
Because of
Oh,
the
yeah.
wand, yeah.
So
Remember,
Ah.
3 damage.
And then because the ice knife explodes, the target and each creature within 5 feet of it must make a dexterity saving throw. So that goblin and that ogre need to do a dex saving throw against your spell save DC.
This is the bit I never understood about Ice Knife. How does the target hit make a save?
So a 10 and an 18.
That's a good point.
So blue gets 10 and red gets 18. So 18, I'm assuming, succeeds. Blue does not.
So
Okay,
what you need to do now
yeah.
is aim. You roll
It-
2d6s
+1.
and plus 1 again. Yep.
Okay. So roll 2d6. Is that it?
Plus
Plus 1.
Okay, what's this for? To...
This
So
is the
basically
damage
your ice-
of the
yeah.
It's
flash.
Bloody hell. Everyone at
Sorry,
once.
you all.
Max, carry on.
So basically, ice knife is really cool. Basically, it hits someone. Even if you miss, it still explodes. So you've done
Yeah.
D10, which is the damage on that. The dexterity save Ant had to do was to see how good they dodge it. So the goblin dodged it fairly well, so he takes half damage from this. But that ogre is going to take the full 9 points of cold damage. And
9
it
damage.
is...
Nice.
Okay, so the one that passes doesn't take any damage, but that ogre takes an extra 9.
I've added that
Okay.
on.
Thank you.
Spellcasters are complicated. Don't worry about
Yeah.
this.
A lot of it is like it's practice makes perfect. So the more you use a spell, the more it sticks. Basically, that's the way you explain it. Because even I
It's
have
like
to Google
riding
up a lot of my spells.
yeah.
Martial class superiority.
Yeah.
No, you think
um,
you hit.
It's so much easier to don't worry about anything. Just
For now, Amy, have I explained how spell slots work?
No.
Okay, fine. In that in that case, I will just keep track of them for now. I will keep track of them for now. Once you get.
Do you
the
want to
hang
take
of-
her aside for a second and explain it now?
I can. It's more the fact I didn't think I had explained it because I didn't want to like overwhelm her with like all of the information.
Too late.
Fair enough. Yeah, so either I can take her aside now, or I can just keep track of it.
I think keep track of it for today and then explain it afterwards. Just
Okay, no worries.
Yeah.
cool. Okay.
Basically,
And
long
then-
story short, you can only cast spells a certain amount of times in a day. and you keep track of them with something called spell slots. It's the long story short. The tricky bit is finding out how many of which you've got and how to keep track of it, which Sam will sort out.
Okay.
Is there anything else you want to do, Ames?
No, thank you.
Okie dokie. We move on to the red bugbear. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He's going to move there. Purple goblin. 5, 10, 15, 20, 30. Nathan.
What?
Nathan, it's your turn.
Alright, I won't be here long. There's a goblin in front of me.
Yes, there is a
I have an axe that's
It's
partially
chosen.
You
lightning.
also get advantage over
I
it as well
do.
because fairy fire,
And he has advantage because he's
and advantage because you're Nathan.
Can I have permanent advantage on everything?
No, I'm afraid.
Oh,
only on goblins.
Yes, that's a hit. Funnily
Okay.
enough,
so with the so the first attack does. Oh no!
Oh,
Wow.
how
okay.
does it feel? How does it feel, Nathan, to roll so many ones? Doesn't feel good, does it?
What about the second attack,
My
Nathan?
gr- I'm gonna attack it again with advantage.
I love how he did roll 2 once, he still did 8 points of
Yeah,
damage though.
that hits.
And I'll do it again.
6.
Whoa.
It's a bit more that time. 17 points on the second attack. Mine. How to feel, Max? Or
You cleave the goblin in half, and it is
Oh.
dead.
Oh.
First blood.
Oh wait, I get to add something to my goblin's kilt.
Everyone's
Will you do
favourite
anything
attack.
else, Nathan?
I will move towards the green.
How many points do you get for a Torvik kill?
Yes.
I will. Yeah. Yes. Just yes.
We'll let you know
Plans.
I will have.
in a moment.
Okay.
Yeah. The bloodlust. It might take over. I might lose track of which. Who knows?
So,
My lightning axe has one less turn, but that will. And
so it's now the red giant's turn. So he's going to lumber over. 5, 10, 15, 20. Let's make a roll, see if this bugbear gets hit. 1d20.
Coming through.
Where is bugbear? Unfortunately, he does not hit the bugbear, who manages to dodge out of the way. And he is most likely within striking range of Nathan.
What?
Which I'm sure will go delightfully for you.
You got reach.
Yes, he does have reach.
Look at that club. That club's bigger than us.
it's bigger than everything's bigger than Garion. No?
Oh, 1d.
That stick I got picked up's probably bigger. I can take it. Give it to me. Crit. Do it. That's all.
Okay. He's
It's not a
going to.
crit, but it might as well be.
No. Well, that's just one of his 2 attacks.
I mean, crit just equals normal damage, so.
It does.
Little barbarian.
Try and go.
I should play Totem Warrior Barbarian and literally be unkillable.
Mm-hmm.
Get resistance to everything apart from Psychic and then play Kalistar.
Mimic. Hit me.
That would be. Anyone who plays a Kalistar Tome Barbarian, they
9
know what they're doing.
damage. 9 damage.
Oh, okay.
So this giant raises his club in order to attack you a second time. But before the club can come down, you hear it hit what sounds like the handle of an axe. As an odd figure appeared before you. It's another giant, but this one is distinctively larger than the hill giant.
Oh god.
It's
Yeah, I turned it down.
it's blue skinned.
Oh.
and wields a rather large axe, or great axe, I should say, and has what looks like a dragon's skull for its helmet.
Wait, what?
That was my least favourite thing I've heard.
Wait,
Uh,
there's
it
another
was
giant?
Torvik!
and the giant will make an attack against the hill giant.
What the fuck?
1 second, please.
What is going on?
There's a
I
new
don't
giant.
I need to click on the link now. I'm coming in.
Is this fine?
If this guy proves Torvik's story, I'm going to kill him. That didn't happen. I need to see the corpse of this dragon.
Joel is ...
And even then I won't believe it.
He is ...
I mean, fairs.
Hey, I'm so... What the fuck is going on?
There's a giant now, but
Quite a loud one too.
Raw XD.
a fairy.
Alright. Oh, what the frick. Sorry, guys.
You doing alright, guy?
Told me
The
to
giant
make the roll
apologises
for
in
you
a
on
nice
this one.
tone.
No, I can do it. I'm
Yep, that is a hit.
I like
shit,
how the
now.
pictures there, Sophia in the chat thing. Sophia's put on weight again.
Damn it. Be good too.
31 damage.
31 damage.
What?
Fucking hell. Wait, are you Frost
Some
Giant?
entrance? Fuck
Are you
off!
Frost
He
Giant?
is indeed a frost giant.
Where did you
Ah,
even come
fucking-
from?
He is, well, you have
Stealthy
to find
frost
out,
giant.
I suppose.
He's just standing there really still.
Ryan.
It's like a
It's
what
tracks.
tracks. Yeah.
It's like he's literally just like standing behind a very large tree. And you
Yeah,
can
well, you
clearly
know,
see
he's
his
been
arms
there.
just sticking out.
You don't realise he's been there the entire time we've been in this forest. No one's noticed.
Oh my god.
Stalking you the entire time during the emo phase.
Okay, time for the green gob. You will 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Move up here. Then pink gobbo. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And finally, last but by no means least, Max.
I would like to. First of all, Blue Ogre's been hit by some damage, right?
Blue ogre. This one.
Yes, he-
This one. is.
Yes, he has been the most hit out of everyone so far.
Would
Well,
you
apart
like
from
to
that
do a wisdom saving throw, please?
Well, that's not going to go well for an ogre, I believe.
That's kind of the plan, I think.
-2.
17.
That's worse than Flash.
DC is 15.
20 -2. Oh,
Oh my
I'm
god,
sorry,
he beat me.
Max. He did.
What the
And he had a
fuck?
-2 as well.
I know. Ah, damn. Okay, that's fine. And as my bonus action, I would like to use a second level spell slot
Go for it.
to cast Spiritual Weapon.
Go for it.
So I'm going to plonk him right next to this guy here.
Okay.
I'm going to stand here. So the Spiritual Weapon will make a spell attack straight away when it comes out.
Okay.
120 plus
But the
spell attack,
all-important
which
question,
is-
what does a spiritual weapon look like?
a
Giant
hammer,
gold coin.
of course.
What else would it be?
I knew it was
What else
Kurt, I
would
just
he
wanted you to...
They don't call me Kronk the Hammer for nothing.
I've never
No one
called you
calls
Kronk the
Kronk the
Hammer,
Hammer.
and never going to.
Exactly.
Kronk the capitalist.
20 to hit
Yep, that is indeed a hit.
does
Some damage.
8 plus my spellcasting modifier, which is
Well, once. Do it.
7 points of force damage.
1 second. Okay.
What the fuck?
7 points of force damage. Okay. And would you like to do anything else, Max, before we
No,
cycle
that
back to
is-
the beginning?
That is me done. We might need a little token representation for the hammer at some point, but it's all good for now. Because it's not going to be my turn for a while.
Okay, that's fine. You can like do a drawing if you want. That might be easier. Okay, so it's Mask Goblin. I have to find Mask Goblin. This is Masked Goblin, so he's webbed, so he has to make a strength saving throw, correct?
He has to make a strength check.
Okay.
Not a
let's-
save, a check apparently.
Just a strength check.
Well,
So
a save
roll
is against resisting
1d20
effects. He's trying to overcome it.
He fails miserably, and he is very entangled in this web. Exceedingly entangled in this
She
web.
starts eating it.
Well, the web is actually 5 foot thick off the floor. The spell says. So I don't know if
I
there
mean,
is.
he's probably
as
not even
tall as
5
him.
foot tall. Yeah, it's
suffocating
taller
in
than
web.
him. Yeah, he's just like
How
Panicked.
terrifying that must have
panicked
been.
That must be
goblin
awful,
noises.
yeah.
Don't
okay.
make me feel sorry for the goblins. Strom's entire life will crumble.
No, we're not gonna feel sorry for him. She's got to suck while we
Joel, what would you like to do?
Big giant in the way, yeah?
Yes, this guy.
Yeah. I'd like to make an attack roll using
Go for
my
it.
great axe, please.
Go for it.
20 to hit.
Yes, that is a hit.
Holy shit! When we do have to fight storm giants, we are fucked.
He's
Cool,
not a
14.
storm giant, he's a frost giant.
49
That's what I
damage.
mean. The frost giant is scary.
yeah.
Is it downed?
No, but it's looking very, very bloodied.
Cool, I'd like to make a second attack with my great axe, please.
Go for it.
13 to hit.
13 and a 2. What the fuck?
Let me check. God, where are my stats for these things? Yes, a 13 does hit.
Awesome. 47 damage.
Now it's dead.
Awesome. So I'd like to on the first attack, I sort of swipe down, sort of move my axe up and just take its head straight off.
The head just kind of rolls next to Strom.
Yeah.
who,
Strom looks at that movement and then looks at his own.
I turn to Strom and say, "No finer axe than a weapon. No finer weapon than an axe, brother."
Wait, he's
Yeah.
a frost giant, right?
Yes, he is indeed a frost
Let me
giant.
consult this graph you posted. Oh, he's pretty big.
He's about
Oh,
20
yeah.
feet tall.
Second biggest of the fucking giants.
Yes. Leading
Wow.
only to 26 feet tall storm giants.
Well,
They're
frost.
closely
our giant's
regarded.
24 feet.
Closely regarded as number 2 most deadly in the giant charts as well.
Yes, indeed.
God,
They
Joe.
are.
The scary thing is second most deadly.
Yes, and you haven't met any storm giants yet.
No.
Okay.
Sure, we'll be fine.
Yellow Goblin. Where is Yellow got it? He's going to try and make a strength saving throw. Oh, 1d20 minus 1. He is also going to fail miserably.
Oh no! On the start of his turn, it's a dex save.
Dex save. Okay.
So
I
you can
believe-
reroll if you want, or you can just add the modifier
No,
for
that's
dex.
fine. I
either or.
think he still fails. He's not got enough dex to make up for that. Okay, so that is now Orange Gobbo. Where is Orange Goblin? I've lost. Here he is.
Just
Uh,
make things easier.
he's-
You want to put the web thingy on him, on yellow.
On yellow. Oh yeah, sorry, I should probably do that.
I will say the picture for the frost giant looks like I like it.
Good. I'm
Yeah,
glad
I
for that.
really like that. Looks awesome.
Cool. So, Orange is going to stride up
Use that for old Strom.
to this frost giant, who, I mean, this goblin barely even comes up to like his shins, like maybe even not his ankles, really. Like it's not even a competition.
Weak point.
It's true. You have heard of the Achilles heel. So he is going to make an attack against this frost giant. Natural 1d20.
The poor goblin.
Well, yeah. Let me just double check. I think it's +4.
Yeah.
Yeah, see?
Oh, he crit!
What
Does he?
the fuck?
He does hit. Okay. Oh, this is the end of this frost giant. Taken
no,
down by a mere
A
goblin.
true glass cannon. Oh my
It's
goodness.
true. So we said double
mean-
dice, right? So roll
There is a possibility where that goblin could kill the frost giant.
There is.
10 damage.
I
I
wasn't
was
expecting to have. I was not expecting to have to write on this character sheet. I've written it down. No problem.
Okay, fair enough.
The frost giant basically just like looks down and just shrugs it off. as if like an itch or something.
Tis but a flesh wound.
Is not even a flesh wound.
Tis but a scratch.
Flag
It's got a
Goblin. You said it's a dex check at the start, right? Of a turn? Then?
Sorry?
It's a dex check, right?
Dex save for the start of the
Dex
turn if they're not already restrained.
18.
He passes. He's fine.
Passes. Is it still half movement on the web? Fully?
Difficult to read, yes.
Okay. 5, 10,
Difficult
15.
terrain doesn't stack, does it?
No, I wouldn't imagine so.
5, 10,
I think
that's 20. So
He-
he
It's
can
a
move,
really
it does.
difficult terrain.
he can move there.
I think it does because you can. I think that there is like spells that make it like 4 times.
No, difficult terrain does not stack, apparently.
Oh,
I just
okay.
did a Google search.
Shame.
Cool. Blue Ogre. This guy, he is going to lumber towards Kronk, and he's going to make an attack against him.
He's going to bonk the Kronk.
He's going to bonk the Kronk.
Later that you try.
Slash roll 1d.
This is where he crits me. Every time someone's hit fucking Kronk, it's been a crit.
Well, I'm assuming that's a swing and a miss.
Yeah, straight into the
You
shield.
just straight into the shield. I'm guessing Kronk just gives a laugh at this. Just
Well, it's not even
doesn't
laugh.
care.
It just activates the thaumaturgy. You just see the tiny little slits in his helmet, whereas you would suspect his eyes be just start glowing in red.
Cronk's blind, he doesn't have any eyes.
If this ogre could feel terror, it would be terrified. Sam.
Yes. Okay. Next scene is like, I'm going in, and she will, and she will Misty Step. I just want to find out how far. Misty Step, 30 feet.
30 feet, yeah.
So she will, oh, wait. That's why. Misty Step into these. She'll walk. She'll first walk her move speed. So that would be. That would be. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then she shall Misty Step like behind all of these trees and stuff, and hopefully out of sight, and that should be her turn for that should be her turn this turn.
Okay.
As this is happening, Torvik will okay, and he will walk further in. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Hi, Joanne.
4. That's Amy.
Sam, you're
not-
being called.
Yes, I know. That's Amy. Hold on.
That was Amy?
then... Yes, that was Amy.
They killed Torvik.
Thank God for that. I did what I could not. That'd be really weird if, like, you gave birth to a tiefling and your son comes home sometime later. Now
Okay,
they're a goblin.
Okay, and then
Oh, phase,
and then I shall cast Dust Devil. Here. So hold on 1 sec. I'm just Alt for a circle. Okay, that there is my Dust Devil. Oh. Yeah, that there is my Dust Devil. Wait, what's the P?
That.
That's my hammer.
That's a hammer.
Pretty
That's
ritual
hammer.
weapon.
That. Okay. Yeah, and then here. Well, in fact, no. It would probably be behind, I shall cast Dust Devil, which is an unoccupied 5-foot cube. Cube, not sphere. Okay, of air that you can see within range. An elemental force that resembles dust appears in the cube and lasts for the spell's duration. Any creature that ends its turn within 5 feet of the Dust Devil must make a strength save. On a failed save, the creature takes 1d8 bludgeoning damage and is pushed 10 feet away. On success, it takes half as much and isn't pushed. As a bonus action, I can move the Dust Devil. If the Dust Devil moves over sand, dust, loose dirt, or small gravel, it sucks it up the material, forms a 10-foot radius cloud of debris around itself that lasts until the start of my next turn, and the cloud obscures heavy vision. So yeah, basically it does pushy shit and becomes bigger if it picks up dirt and stuff, and considering we are currently on the outside floor, I'm going to assume that it might.
Perhaps. Might do. We'll find out. Okay. Is there anything else you want to do?
No, that'll be it. Wait. Bonus action, hide in the foliage.
Okay. Max, what happens if someone steps onto the same square as your hammer? Does anything happen?
It is spectral, so nothing. It doesn't get a reaction or anything like that. It's just a floating hammer of death.
Okay.
On the other hand, you probably do.
10, 15...
Might get like a little
20.
chill.
I believe because he's moving past, Joel gets an attack of opportunity against him.
Great.
Cool.
Cool.
Saying that.
I'm going to use my hand to sort of block this this movement.
Okay. Make a strength saving, not strength throw, a strength check for me.
13.
Have a look. Yep, so you block him, so he can't move past here.
Awesome. Can I then use my foot to step on him?
Yeah, you can do.
Cool. So I'm going to make a strength. I'm assuming strength roll.
Yeah.
12.
12. Yep, 12 hits.
Cool. And then dice wise.
It is probably an unarmed strike, so 1
Yeah, it'd be
plus
an
your
unarmed
strength.
Cool.
6.
So what's that? 20
it's
damage?
1d4 plus 6, isn't it?
No, unarmed I believe is just 1 plus your...
Oh, so that's 7 then.
Yeah.
Okay, 7 damage.
I'm
Cool.
just double checking.
Wait, what is the strength stat for first?
Okay. That was Red Ogre. Adam.
Right.
Your Hunter's
what's
Mark
my
is...
count? Yes, I'm going to move my Hunter's Mark to Blue Giant as a bonus.
Okay. Let me just mark him.
Move over here, so I actually have a proper line of sight on him past a giant tree. There's also a dunce. Who even put that tree there, honestly?
I'll cut it down.
Hey, that Blue Giant hasn't taken damage either, has it?
No, that's not.
Well, guess I fire away anyway.
Yep, that's a hit.
18 hit.
It does indeed.
6 damage. Plus
Plus a Hunter's Mark.
Yeah, plus Hunter's Mark. That's 10 damage.
Lovely.
I suppose I can teleport in and do 49 damage, huh?
Shalvus can do something if you want him to.
Teleporting in and deal 40 damage?
No, he's done that much so far.
Oh, he's 134. Okay.
In case you're wondering.
Can you shoot past allies in combat?
Yes, you can.
Can
That's
I
their size
take
larger.
Can Shalvers take a sneak attack at the blue ogre?
Yes, he can. He is stealthed
As far as he knows.
as far as he knows.
Hang on. Let me measure range first of all.
So remember, it's each one is 5 feet, so 5, 10, 15,
Yeah, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
35, 40, 45.
Alright, long range is disadvantage on attacks, isn't it? Does anyone know? Has this ever come up?
Yep. It should be if it's not within the normal range. Like you get disadvantage.
Yeah, disadvantage at the long range.
You can do it, Adam. We believe
Yeah.
in you.
Typical. Guessing an 8 does not hit.
No, I'm afraid it doesn't.
Alright, Shalvers, congratulations. You have 9 bolts left. Good luck.
Okay. And then Debbie.
Okay, so Lithalas is gonna start moving and go, "This is my home!" And he's gonna smash the green dude with his multi-attack because he's
Go
a
for it.
Smash.
He's gonna slam him with a big old branch slam.
Smash.
Then Miss Slam, come on and jam. And welcome to the jam.
So that's the first one.
Yes, that is indeed a hit.
Cool. Oh my god, he's actually a beast. I love this so much.
Oh, it's a tree attack. Oh no. What the... Why does a tree have better initiative than me?
It doesn't.
I
A
know,
water
I know,
Gelasi does.
I know.
Oh, damage.
So that's the
Nice.
first attack. Is it still standing?
Yes, it is.
It hasn't been hit yet.
So it's gonna slam it with the other branch now and go, "I think you should leave." Boom. Get that?
Oh.
Leave.
Leave or leaf?
I like
Both.
I think you should leave.
That's another hit.
Doesn't one of these branches have none?
Yeah, one of them does.
Just-
She's clinging for
for
dear life.
His swings.
He's using her as a weapon.
Strom has to duck every time.
Damn.
The frost giant turns and looks to the right. Ha ha ha! Seems not all small
Green
feet lost their
giant.
edge.
Hey, this tree's fucking huge.
True. The tree is. Yeah, the tree is bigger than this frost giant is.
Is that thing still up?
Yes, it is. It is very bruised though from this tree just battering it.
It's really quite sad. Oh yeah, what's the deal with the whole web situation? What's happening to these dudes?
They can't.
Basically. Yeah, basically they can't move.
That's it. That's all the webbing does. They're restrained. Does
Yeah,
that add
basically.
any like benefit if we attack them?
Melee attacks would get advantage. I think.
Yeah.
Ranged.
Just melees.
I mean, if you set the webbing on fire, it disappears, but does extra damage, I believe.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is we should set fire to this
Um,
entire forest.
Nanami is going to move around this ogre, and do I still take an opportunity attack? I'm still within its range. I'm just moving around it.
Yes, you would.
Ah, okay.
Oh no, she's staying in range before you.
Yeah, she's staying in range.
Oh, if she's staying in range, you're fine. It's only if you move out of its range.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
Sorry.
I wasn't sure because I
Also,
getting around him.
believe you would be considered flanking it as well, because you've got an ally here, and you're here.
Oh, I'm not going for that one.
Oh,
I am going to cast Thunderwave in
Oh.
a 15-foot cube in front of me. So
so these three.
these dudes,
Go
Yeah.
for it.
they
It's a
have, huh?
It's a cube originating from you.
Yeah,
Yeah, she's here.
Yes.
originating
Yes,
from.
aren't you?
No, that's
Yeah,
not what
it doesn't say
originating
this.
from means.
Is it not?
You're on the face of it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, you can have.
Nathan,
you
it's
can
like
have
saying
yourself
15
inside.
feet in
No,
front.
you can't be in the center of it at all. It's originating
That would
from
be a
you. That
radius
means
around
you're
you.
on the. Yeah, that would be a radius.
I can just use the excuse I failed GCSE English twice. I don't know. What
That's maths, Nathan.
Originate is a word, Debbie.
All right. What do they have to? What do they have
Okay,
to do?
they have to. They have to make a
Word.
Constitution saving throw. The DC is 15.
So
We'll have their
zero
internal
and
organs
plus
perforated.
1.
I'm casting it at 3rd level, by the way.
Blimey.
I
I
mean,
don't know if I mentioned that.
it says it sweeps out from you. That
Yeah.
doesn't necessarily
Okay.
like.
So first roll is for.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
purple, second
I
roll-
double checked as well, but it is originating from you, as in it is on the face of the cube.
So
That's what that means.
purple bells.
Radius.
And it's a
Very
word.
much succeeds.
It's a word.
And blue fails. So purple and blue
Originate is a
get
word.
hit.
Huh?
Purple and blue get hit.
Okay, so purple and blue get hit. Pink will just take half damage from this.
Okay.
Okay, so it's supposed to be a thunderous boom that's audible 300 feet as well, which is just awesome.
girl.
I'm gonna roll damage.
Strom has tinnitus too now.
$20 damage. Damn. So this dies, this dies, this does not, but it's looking not very good. It's looking quite singed, shall we say.
Nice.
Oh,
OP,
and
OP,
then
OP.
bonus action,
Roar activity.
because I have not realized that I can combat wild shape. Bonus action, bear, bitch!
Bitch!
Roar XD.
It's enemy!
Just for the record, by the way, thunder damage is not lightning damage.
Lightning damage is not thunder damage.
And Nanami is going to roar, and it's gonna pale in comparison to the thunder that just came from her a minute ago.
What is it in
Like,
comparison with the Prostate Giant?
So next is the green ogre, who's going to attack Nanami.
Oh shit! Oh, I forgot to mention as well. They get pushed 10 feet away.
Is that only if they failed the saving throw?
Oh yeah, that's only if they fail.
Okay,
Yes.
because this one's
No, they
The
Cool.
dead bodies go.
yeah.
When the dead bodies fly.
Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the
I
bodies
mean,
hit
it does
the
say
floor.
loose objects get thrown as well, so
Well, we will say they get summarily thrown.
So Torvik's willpower got thrown 10 feet.
Slash roll 1d20 plus 6.
Don't even know what that means.
Needless to say, this
Just
ogre
Torvik.
swings at Benamy, and I'm assuming Benamy just laughs in there.
What did he roll? An 8.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he missed.
Ho ho ho.
Brr, brr, brr.
Bah, bah, bah. Rah, rah, rah.
Oh, so it's now the blue giant's turn. He has to make a dex saving throw, does he not? This is
The-
not going to go well to him.
Where?
This guy.
Oh, yeah. It's a strength check. If
Oh,
he's
it's a
already
strength. Okay, if it's a strength check, then that's a +6, so he succeeds.
Indeed, he does.
Okay, so his first movement will be across difficult terrain. So that's 10 feet. 20, 25, 30, 35. And he is going to raise his great club and strike at Lithalas.
It's me. You're barking up the wrong tree.
How many tree and leaf puns can we fit into this?
I'm a bush.
Does a 13 hit?
I'm no pushover.
Should make like a tree.
Debbie?
Huh?
Does a
Sorry?
13 hit Lithalas?
Oh, Lithalas.
Yes, 13.
Oh yeah, beats it. Lithalas, no.
I mean, he's probably real tanky, right?
Yeah.
Break like a twig.
17
I
damage.
don't want anything to be carved into his cute little
So you
tree
say I
body.
can't cut him down.
How much damage?
17 damage.
17.
You're fucked.
How much HP does he have, Debbie? Because I feel like surely he's got loads.
Yeah, he has got quite a bit.
So
Got 59.
as this hill giant
Like I would
strikes this tree, a couple of branches just kind of break off and fall to the ground.
Do I get hit by any?
No, you don't, because he's on the other side of you.
Awesome.
Fingers.
Cool. That is blue giant. So Ben, you are next.
Me?
Yes.
Oh my god. Okay, well. That web probably isn't going to do very much, so I'm going to stop concentrating on the web. So let me just double check if that goes away. I don't know. I don't know what happens if I stop concentrating on it. But what I will do,
I
You could just
assume
do it
it
at will.
vanishes.
You can just at will
Yeah.
and it vanishes, yeah.
I'm a cast.
Let me remove the web off this guy.
Actually, no. Sorry, I'll keep the web where it is. My apologies. I'm just gonna do a Toll the Dead on Big Blue.
This guy?
Yeah.
Go for it.
It's
So,
he needs to make a
make
Wisdom
a-
saving throw.
Cool. 1 second. Wisdom is -2. Left roll 1d 20 -2. 16.
Oh, he beats it.
I have been making these wisdom saving throws.
So he takes nothing from that.
God damn it, then.
And I'll move here, and that'll be me. And then Mulan will come up to here and make two quarterstaff attacks against Big Blue.
Go for it.
So that's +3. First one is a 18 to hit,
Yep, that hits.
and the second one is a 11 to hit.
That does not hit.
So the first hit, she does 1d6 + 1. Roll. Comes up and then bonks him next to Kronk.
6 damage. Lovely.
And there's a Dust Devil there, so I
There
don't know how that works.
is. So, Sam, what happens when someone ends their turn next to the Dust Devil?
If they end their turn next to the Dust Devil, then they are actually stupid. Like,
Well, in that case, she's gonna stay in melee and move back because she's scared of it and she doesn't understand.
I believe they need to
Too late, she can't.
make a deck save. I'm just gonna double check.
It's fine. We don't need to worry about it for now.
Dust Devil. Strength save.
Yeah, she moved away. She doesn't know what that thing is.
That's fine. Cool.
And that's it.
Lovely. So green bugbear is going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and make an attack against Bear Enemy. So Bugbear. +4 to hit. Is Debbie here? I think she's BRB. It's fine because that misses anyway. Okay. Green Blue Bugbear is here. Blue Bugbear is going to make an attack on Kronk. Does a 13 hit you, Max? Or does it slam into the shield?
Into the shield.
Again, it will into the shield. That was Blue Bugbear, Red Goblin. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Fuck off, you.
Ames, you're up.
Hi. Hello?
Hello?
Hello.
What am I supposed to be doing? Sorry.
It's your turn. You can do whatever
It's
you
your-
like.
No, but what am I trying to do?
What are you trying to do?
Still,
Depends.
we're still fighting the shit ton of goblins.
Ah, fine. So I was just checking. Okay. Can I please throw my javelin? At where am I? Sorry. At the nearest goblin. Oh, even though he's hiding in the bushes, I'm trying to get it to hit him. There, can you see where I'm pointing? Or where?
Yeah.
15, 20, 25, 30. That would hit.
Yeah. And when I do so, I shout, "Ah, you wretched being, enjoy the wrath of my javelin!"
Oh, hopefully it
Okay.
hits.
Or would you like me to roll?
So you
what
need
do
to
I have?
roll a 1d20 plus. What is the modifier? Cannot remember.
I'm checking
Sam?
now.
+7.
For a javelin? I don't.
Oh, wait.
This is javelin
Okay.
she's throwing.
My javelin
No,
is
that
+4.
kit. What's your dexterity?
+3. But my
+3, so
javelin-
+6
Plus
then.
1.
Okay. Why +6?
No, it's not +1 because it's not the wand.
Okay, fair enough. So, plus 6.
Yeah, just +6.
I don't think it's +6 considering
Yeah, that seems
mine's
quite...
+6.
Yeah.
And I believe
Isn't it
javelins
just
are
plus
strength.
3?
They are
We're
strength, yeah.
we're level 5 now, so we've got proficiency +3, and then if her dex is +3.
Yeah, but it's strength.
Strength.
Oh, I thought someone said dex. Oh, sorry,
Yeah,
my
you
bad.
said dex.
I did. No, she's. Oh yeah, sorry. Who said that? Did. Okay, fine.
It's
Amy, what's your strength modifier?
I mean, we can just take the 90.
Yeah, I mean the 19.
Yeah, I mean the
probably
19
is.
hits anyway, so
Fair,
it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
So roll for your damage.
Okay, that's what, a D10, isn't it?
Let's check. I think a javelin is a D6.
Javelin is a D6.
Yeah, D6. So roll 1d6.
I've already done it.
4 damage.
Cool. And then, just because I want to show that I use it, I put my wand out, swirl it around my fingers. I know I can't use it, so I put it back in where I kept it. Let's make it dramatic.
And
Why
finger
not?
twirl.
Finger twirl.
Alright.
Finger twirl.
Finger twirl, and finger twirl. Alright. It is the red bugbear. So he's going to move 5 feet here, and he's going to try and attack the frost giant, which I'm sure will go swimmingly for him. 1d20 plus 4. Does a 23 hit you, Joel?
It does.
They're making some really good rolls against
I
you.
know.
This is quite depressing, really.
Yeah.
He's a big target.
He is a big target. 6 damage. 6 points of damage.
It doesn't even realise that he's been hit.
Red one. Purple Goblin. Where is Purple Goblin? I think he might be dead.
Dead.
Yes, Purple Goblin is dead. Lovely. Nathan,
Yes.
what would you like to do? Other than commit murder.
Yeah, there's a guy in front of me.
There is.
And well, I'll do a normal attack first. You know, with still my lightning great axe.
That's a hit.
Oh no. Right, there we go. 17 points of damage on that one there.
Okay.
Is it still standing?
It is, but it looks like it's got a deep gash that's currently
Hopefully it will have
bleeding profusely.
an even bigger gash. It's not going to.
No, I'm afraid 11 does not hit.
Still, could be worse. Right.
Okay. And would you like to do anything else?
Amend the fact I didn't hit it the second time.
Yep, sounds about right. Joel, what would you like to do?
So, Ant,
Yes.
you know that thing I blocked
Yes.
moving forward? Can I pick it up, please?
Sure, you can try and grapple it.
It's just a general attack roll, right?
Grappling. Good
It's just
question.
it's a strength roll, and then instead of doing the damage, you grapple.
Yes, I believe so.
Cool. 21. Does that pick up the?
Yes, indeed. So
Cool.
this is now picked up.
That's awesome. I'd like to use my throw rock ability.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That's
Okay.
harder.
Yeah, go for it.
That's
Can I hit the big giants on the other side of the tree?
It's
Yes.
not a rock. It's a
Oh.
ball. It's a
If you miss, which you might do, then Lithalas might take some damage.
All right. I'm gonna throw the rock.
not a boulder.
Okay.
It's an ogre.
Ogre.
16 to hit.
Yep, that does indeed hit.
Joe,
Yes.
how can you be in that? How can you be in that place?
Because
'Cause-
Ant said yes.
okay, sorry, I was looking at stuff.
Cool. So I need to do this. I think it's that. That one. 27 damage, please.
7 damage.
To
both
Okay.
targets.
Yeah.
And as he does that, he screams, "Die in the name of the All-Father!" and just throws the throws the, what I don't even know what.
Unfortunately, neither of them are down, but they both look very confused by what happened.
Cool. I think that's me done.
Okay. Green Goblin. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So he's going to move out of your range. You get an attack of opportunity against him, Joel.
Cool. I'm actually just not going to notice because my back's to him because I've thrown the I don't even know what I threw, but I threw something at the other giant. So
Think of giants. Our mate's
You
club.
threw an ogre.
I threw an
giant.
ogre at a giant.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
My back's to the goblin. I wouldn't see it.
Fair
It's
enough.
another Wednesday giant head.
Okay. Pink Goblin is here. Pink Goblin is going to move 5, 10 feet and attempt to attack Strom.
Okay.
And I'm assuming that misses. Just
no,
a
it hits
little.
my abs, but doesn't.
Just bounces off your rock hard abs.
It doesn't actually hit me, so Yeah, it doesn't take any damage though, so that's
Oh,
good for
that's a shame.
I suppose.
Uh,
For me anyway.
And Max, we are back to you.
Okay, so I'll toll of the dead the blue ogre in front of me. I guess
Go
the
for
wisdom
it.
saving throw again.
Let me double check. Wisdom minus
Oh,
2.
the dead.
DC 15.
Roll 1d20 minus 2. 4. So yes,
Fails.
go for it. So roll your
Two
damage.
D12s, right?
I believe so.
It takes 15 necrotic damage.
And it collapses in a heap of dead ogre.
Nice. And then, as a bonus action, I'm going to command my hammer to hit the green goblin to the right of it.
Go for it.
Oh.
Yes, I'm
Probably
afraid.
misses. Yeah.
That
What does
does
the weed leaf mean on the goblin? Is it high?
miss. Fairy fire.
Oh.
Advantage to hit.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
And I'm going to use my movements just to keep this guy in combat.
Lovely. Okay. Mask goblin over here. It's a strength throw. Strength saving, correct?
Strength check.
Strength. Okay. Let's roll 1d20 minus 1. Oh, he manages
Passes.
to break out. So it takes 10 feet of movement. 50. Indeed, 25, 30. And he will end his turn there. Joel, what would you like to do?
Me again. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. So I'm facing this massive tree in front of me. Yeah.
Yes, you are. Let me turn you around.
Out of the corner of my left eye, I see this goblin just slamming at my foot, trying to do something. Obviously, I've sort of turned, so it's still, my feet are still in the same place, but I've kind of like turned. So when I threw, so I want to take my left hand and sort of push it backwards and try and knock it back.
Okay. So make a strength attack. So just be a melee attack, I believe, correct?
Sure.
So 1 plus your strength.
12.
12. The goblin just kind of pushes back, and it just kind of stands.
So sorry. So if I'm facing the tree, I'm pushing it back towards the bear thing. Whatever the thing behind me is, the green thing.
Okay. So you're kind of like, okay, so you're bitch slapping it backwards.
Basically,
okay. Yeah. Okay. This guy is going to do a dexterity check to see if he dodges. 1d20.
And can we move
Yes.
diagonally?
Yes, you can.
Okay, I forgot about that last turn.
Plus 2.
Which meant I did like half the movement I could because it moved like diagonal.
Fucking hell. Okay.
Wow.
He will definitely dodge out of the
He
way.
matrixed out of the way of the.
He did fucking matrix it. But
Mailer.
as you see this goblin out the corner of your eye get flung back, it just kind of stands there, its knees wobbling for a second, and then it will just collapse dead.
Rip.
Cool. Would you like to do anything else? Or is that
No,
your turn
thank you.
over?
That's my turnover.
Okay. It's time for Yellow Gop, who will desperately try and escape.
I kind of
this
hope he succeeds just so I can drop.
He
Oh,
does.
thank God, right? I can drop this web
So
finally.
10. And he'll just kind of stay there, like a little bit dazed. Let me just remove the webbing from him. Cool. Then Flag Goblin, which is this one, I believe. He's going to run for his life. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
That's Mask Goblin, not.
Flag Goblin, Moss Goblin, sorry.
Same
10,
difference.
15, 20,
They're
25,
all
30. He's also going to run for his life. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Then Sam, you're up.
Okay. Naxine is going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 sec. And then she's going to do. Then she's going to cast lightning bolt.
I see where that arrow is going, Karen.
Yep. She's going to cast lightning bolt.
That's
in
90 feet here.
Yeah. It goes 100 feet.
Okay.
So
Are you
We go
putting that?
120, doesn't it?
Are you
Pardon?
putting that?
Oh, it's
through-
120?
It might be 120.
No, it's 100-foot line.
Okay.
100-foot line. It's 5 foot wide. So, 1 sec. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90,
not
95,
resistant.
100.
Bay.
Okay. So
Moema. Moishindaru.
I'm going
that-
to kill this woman.
So you're aiming it.
Wait,
How exactly?
Hold on. Yeah, I'm just trying to.
The arrow you had before was fine.
No, but this is 5. It's 5 feet wide, so it shows like what actually gets caught inside of it.
So
This is
Debbie,
how-
basically.
Pardon?
Well, not from there. I think he's positioning it.
This is how Sam can
Yeah,
hurt
so I
strong
think-
without Torvik being
I
in
think-
danger.
It's true.
I think Debbie slightly. I think Debbie slightly
Debbie's
dodged it.
fine. Debbie's fine.
Can't you sorcery
Nathan
points
is
it so they
not.
don't get hit anyway?
It's not me. It's Naxine.
Also, that's a very particular it's meta magic that gives them advantage
Yeah.
on the save.
Oh, right.
But he
yeah,
didn't take
so-
that one because why would it? It's terrible.
So, 1. I think so. This red one, the pink one. If if you deem that inside of the, like,
I will deem that inside just about. Nathan,
okay. So
green,
Yes,
blue
green.
giant, red, and both of these.
this is
Yeah.
going to be more effective than my lightning
Um,
bolt, I reckon.
So
And
what?
then
What is the roll that she
They
needs to
all need to make dexterity saving throw.
make? Okay,
um,
Nathan, you do yours first, and then I will do all of theirs. Does
Uh,
that?
Do you get advantage?
Actually, it's Dex effects you can see, which technically, because it's within sight range, I can see. So I'm sure. Okay, I'll do it again.
On
I'd say one.
Okay, let
I'm
me
gonna make
roll
Nathan succeed,
dex
though.
for each of them.
I'm going to use one with Warden die and Nathan's going to succeed.
Lovely.
So you rolled a 17 instead, Nathan.
Nice, it's 18, which Great.
Okay, so first of all, bugbear. So 1d20
I mean, what's that? Half was 29.
plus 2,
14.
9. So he gets hit by how much damage? Sorry, 29 damage.
29 damage on a fail, and half of that on a succeed.
dead.
So 14 on a success.
He's dead.
Hadouken!
I hate how an NPC's can have the highest damage done in a single turn for ages.
Uh,
I mean,
Who are you calling
He's
NPC?
yeah.
No, it's
I
not you,
mean,
Joel. It's not. It's not. Also,
At the same time, fuck you, Joe.
Player agency, baby.
So I think someone
Okay.
just died.
I think a lot of people just died.
and how much was it on a save? On a save?
Four.
I think it's Amy.
14. Alright,
Whoever
he's
means
also
Amy.
dead.
So,
So basically, you killed everything.
I
along
will
that
just
level.
say that
Except
was 173 points.
That's
At the moment.
mental.
Yep.
Oh no, I'm not
That-
counting as
that
Torvik
did-
damage. I'm counting
the
the
entire
components.
my entire last turn. Her entire last turn was setting up for for that. So, yeah, she did basically forego her last turn to get into that position. But yeah, okay, and also Torvik is going to move here
Was he here already?
No, he was behind this rock.
Okay, so he's moved here.
Yeah, he
Okay.
he has moved. Yes, he has moved there. Wait. Who? Oh wait, hold on, one sec. Who's that? Is that?
Gronk.
That's Gronk.
Ames, you good?
Okay. I would like to. So I had my
Wait.
sheet up.
No, Ames.
Oh,
It's
Okay,
not
Amy,
your
we're
turn
just
yet,
hearing
we're
all of your
yeah,
all of your buzzing
hearing
and stuff.
noises.
Yeah, my earphones died.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's okay.
No, it's not an issue. Just want to check that. you
Wait,
hadn't left
hold on.
yourself off
Okay,
so.
I am going. Okay, fine. So, Torvik probably won't run there. He will probably run here instead.
Okay.
Sorry. And he is going to cast Thunder Step.
Okay.
So the green goblin is within 10 feet, so must make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Cons is 0. Eight.
Eight. That definitely fails. So they take slash roll 4d10. I'm using the ring, by the way, for the extra damage.
Yeah, he is explodified.
And
You smell
Torvik?
fried goblin. You find
Um,
it strangely appealing. Torvik just vanished.
yes, Torvik does just vanish.
Oh, delightful.
In fact, before he vanishes, he needs to roll on.
The wild magic table.
Wait,
Yeah.
did you just delete his tag?
Yes, I did.
Okay, fair enough. I was looking around.
4. We are good.
Lovely.
And Torvik just vanishes.
Well, thunderous boom.
Off
Is
to
it?
fight another dragon, one presumes.
Hi.
Okay.
Well, who knows what
Hello,
story
hello.
Torvik will who knows what story Torvik will come back with?
Cool. Okay. I know you said you had to go early as well, Sam, so if you need to go,
Yeah.
you can go.
I have to go at 10.
Okay. I will try and be finished before then. There's not many enemies left, so we should be fine. Cool. So
Yeah, of course. The enemy's leaving early.
Some of them tried to, and they got lined
Jesus Christ, where are we? I am completely lost where we are. Where on earth is
Just
Sam?
after me.
Sam! Okay, Red Ogre, I believe, is dead. Adam, that means it's your turn.
It does? Oh boy. I can't wait to. Anyway.
Who are you attacking? Oh, never mind.
Marked giant, doesn't even matter. 12 does not hit, does
No, it doesn't, unfortunately.
Alright. it? Next.
What about Shalvis?
Oh, yeah, Shalvis will attack. Who's even left? Where's Shalvis over there? Shalvis can attack Red Gobbo, I guess.
Go for
It's
it.
advantage on it as well.
It does have advantage.
I wonder if that's how that works.
Oh,
That's just
damn.
That is a
fucking
nat
tragic.
20.
Get your animation out.
It's not even my attack.
Ah.
Sad. Alright, roll your damage.
Rolled it.
That was the sneak attack. Shit.
It's just a regular shot.
Yep. Is the modifier damage doubled?
No,
Modified.
I don't believe so.
it's just the
21.
dice damage.
Okay. 9.
Uh,
9.
the bolt goes straight through the goblin's heart, and it dies.
Huzzah!
Rather violently, I might add. not quite as violently as like the blast of lightning that took out like half the remaining enemies, but
Oh, it's just a bloke with a hand bow. I mean, cut the guy some slack.
true.
He's doing what he can.
Okay.
And that is the. Oh, yeah, that's the end of that.
Debbie,
I'm gonna be right back.
what would you and your tree friend like to do?
Lithalas is going to smash the thing in front of me.
This guy?
Yeah.
What's the
Don't
reach
worry,
on his
Torvik. I'll help.
Took me
And,
long. But,
yeah. Multi-slam.
I got triggered because I heard Torvik.
It does have a 10-foot reach.
Oh,
that's
pathetic.
on the bugbear, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, I'm afraid that does
He's
not hit.
trying to stretch
Okay,
his block
next
out.
branch.
That does
Yeah,
hit,
that one
however.
didn't quite reach.
He
Yeah.
struck it with leaves instead. Or a branch on the left side and he comes.
Turgle, turgle.
1, 2, 3 enemies left. Jesus Christ.
And what is it? I want a tree beard. Tree beard at home.
Is that
Boom,
20
boom.
damage?
Yes.
Lovely. So he's not in a good shape. Again, bruises appearing on his body from where Lithalas has slammed into him and left him in a bad way.
And then Nanami's gonna do what she likes best, and she's gonna take a bite out of him.
Yeah,
Or
do
try
it.
to.
He's a right psychopath.
She is.
I'm not a psychopath, I'm just
That
kinky.
is a hit.
She likes to buy.
Yeah.
What the
Oh.
Okay.
Hmm.
And then I believe
He's
you
still
have. He is, yes.
Yeah. So then she's gonna swipe him with her claws.
Yeah, do it.
I mean, I hate considering how much damage Debbie did earlier.
Oh.
That kills him.
It's-
No, that was a roll
Oh,
to
that was
hit.
a miss.
Control
Sorry.
Z.
Yes, there we go.
Oh.
Sorry.
Magic.
Okay.
She's
He,
just gonna
He dodges out the way.
she's gonna munch on the flesh that she just kind of took out of him and just growl at him a bit.
Lithalas looks at Barnaby, just a bit confused whether to be disgusted or whether to cheer her on.
Strom does the latter.
Of course he does. This blue giant is going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. It's going to lumber over to the frost giant and stare him in the eye, and he's going to make 2 great club attacks. So slash roll.
Why don't you pick out someone your own size?
13
Frost giant's bigger.
and crit 28. So I know the 13 doesn't hit, but the 28 does. I'm getting some serious hits on you, John. I did not think I would get this many hits on you.
That's because I think every hit bar 1 now has been higher than 17.
True.
Not been fun.
I mean, you've only taken 16 damage so far.
Oh,
yeah.
I think that might be about to change.
Yes, that's going to change.
37 damage.
Sure. Sort of. Is it a club? Is it is it a weapon or
great
it's a
club? Yeah, it's a great
great
club
club?
attack.
So the great club whacks me in the right hand side, and you just hear an oh. He turns and looks to the this giant and says, "I do what I must."
That's what I thought as well, Max.
Sorry, I'm back.
Was it the? I know it's a Roblox noise. I think that's what it reminded me of.
Or a very early Minecraft.
Ben, you are
Me?
next.
Oh wow!
Yes.
I don't bloody know.
Punch him. Punch the giant.
Yeah.
Slap him.
Nyeh.
Yes.
No. I'm I'm backing up. I'm gonna go like Yeah, and I'm a cast Toll the Dead. Has he taken damage?
Who you casting
Yes,
on? Blue
yes,
Giant.
Blue.
Yes, he
He
has
has.
taken.
Right. Well, Wisdom 15.
Yeah, he had someone
save.
thrown at him, Ben.
He
oh
did.
yeah.
We'll ignore the shot I fired at him earlier. Utterly
Crush the
fucking
bolts of
irrelevant.
people.
2. That's a 3.
3. He takes 2d12 damage.
Wait, did you say it was int or whiz, the saving throw?
Wisdom.
Okay, so it was -1, but still fails.
Oh, he saved! No, he takes 7 damage.
Damage.
Your saves like
oh god, do I even...
Me
2
giant,
slingshot
smart.
shots from Mulan.
Do it.
I'm just gonna roll 2d20. This is +4, I forgot to add the +4. So 19
1 hits.
is 1. Wait, no. Sorry, 17 is 1. And so that's 1d4. I think +2, if I'm correct. It is +2, haha!
Yeah.
Oh, 6 damage, yeah!
Oh yeah.
And
the giant just kind of like rubs its eyes in a kind of tired manner.
Yeah, that's me. I'm done.
Okay. So the green bugbear
Actually, no, I'll stay where I was. Sorry.
is going to move to attack Strom.
It's the most disappointing.
I know, right? +4 to hit. 1d20 +4. 22.
That hits.
I've been rolling insanely today. 2d6 +2. Slash roll 2d6 +2. So 5 damage.
5 damage, and it in turn takes.
Here comes the 1. 2 damage.
It's not 1, you thought.
It's somehow still standing.
Nice.
That was blue, green, Ames. It's your turn. Did she run away?
I don't know.
She said she had to go around the turn.
Amy.
Did she just?
She's muted.
She's still in the call. Amy.
Yeah, she's on mute.
Amy.
Give me a sec.
Hi, sorry, my mum was speaking to me.
That's okay. So
Hi.
it's your turn.
Bear with 1 second. Sorry, I just need to.
Yeah, that's fair enough. What is it?
Okay, I'm back. Okay. I just want to get my sheets up. Please give me a second.
That's all right.
Okay. I would like to use Wild Shape, and turn into a lion.
Have you
Can I do
seen a lion? Is it within your challenge rating?
I don't know.
Let's have a
No.
look.
I'm just
Rules
checking.
and rules and rules.
It is
Oh,
a
wait, what can I
CR
do?
of 1.
Wait, what
So,
can I do with my wand?
you can
When you
poke
cast
people with it.
spells, it gives you extra.
You can also poke people with it.
Ooh, I would love to poke people with it.
I doubt that does much.
A lion is a CR1, so I don't know if she can transform into CR1
okay.
creatures yet.
What can I transform into?
A turtle.
You can transform into a turtle,
Not
a
again.
bear.
A black
Not
bear.
again.
Might be.
Oh, yes, I
Kind
remember
of
this
black bear
argument.
before, so. But it takes your action because you're not a. Like.
I'll transform into a black bear then.
Lovely.
And I will start to attack that guy right there.
There is no one in your range at the moment, unfortunately.
No, can you not see where I'm tapping? Or
Is it that I can't move?
So you're here. I don't know
Yeah,
if
no,
you
I
can,
know.
but the
The
nearest
guy with
enemy is here.
here, the one. Yeah, the one by
Yeah, you can
Sorry.
get there. You can move 30 feet to there.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah, you can move up to it. Fair enough.
Yeah, the one by callback.
Cool.
No, not that one. Oh, fine. Yeah, sure. Hello?
Oh,
Oh,
there we
hello.
go. So would you
Okay,
like to
and what do I
roll?
need to roll?
You need to roll for your claw attack first, I believe.
Yes.
Or is it your
And
bite?
that
No, it's your bite
is...
attack first, isn't it?
Yeah, do I need to read something off the sheet?
Debbie, what's the modifier for a bite attack?
Bite for a black bear was
Also,
+4.
is it an action to turn into it because she's not a moon druid?
Yeah, it's an action.
Ah, okay.
She can't bite.
So you can't attack it because you took your action to transform.
Okay, so I will do sorry, what do I have to do?
So you can't attack it because it takes your turn to transform into a bear.
Oh, fine. Okay. Anyway, I have to go now. Sorry.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Thank you. Sorry.
Thanks for
Bye.
stopping by.
Thank
See
you for
out.
coming, Ames.
Toodles.
Sorry, I was a bit out of it this week.
That's all right.
Bye. Bye, Mr.
Bye.
Bella.
Bye, Amy.
Oh God. Okay, Nathan, what would you like to do?
I would like to attack this bugbear in front of me.
Go for it.
Recklessly, as it were, because I wanted it dead.
You will attack it recklessly. Who
Okay.
saw this coming? Yep, that's a hit. I'm pretty sure there's no reality in which you don't kill this thing. Yeah.
Is that enough damage? My
It is
lightning.
cleaved in twain.
Oh, very nice. Now, I will move up to this goblin. And can I use my second attack to stab this?
Yes, you can.
Do I need to re-up reckless? I'm still reckless. It's fine. I hit it again, I imagine.
Rackles.
Rackles.
Does a 19 hit this goblin?
Yes, a 19 does hit the goblin.
Oh wait, this web would have been. Let me delete that. Did you just roll max damage?
I rolled max damage. I went from ones.
Fucking Christ.
My first two things of this combat are 2 1s. Last one, I imagine it's going to be the last time I attack. Both.
It turned him into mist.
I hope so.
It's like atomized him.
And well, as that ends, my Strom's axe, the lightning around it dulls a bit because that's run out now as well.
Also, this goblin is not just cleaved in twain, it's like cleaved into tiny little bits.
Smoldering
I
a bit
think,
from
I think
lightning
you made just like goblin sushi. That's the only way to really describe it, is you've made goblin
Beautiful.
sushi.
Look happily at that. Look at Nanami eating whatever that was. And then how much of my movement did I use?
I think you used about... you were here, weren't you?
Yeah.
So 5, 10, 15, 20.
20, 25, 30, 35, 40, because I can move 40 feet.
Lovely.
And that will be the end of my turn.
Okay. And then, Joel, you're up.
Oh, so this is probably over now then.
Or he's not.
Joel?
Come in, Joel.
Sorry, I didn't realize I was muted. I'm back. So this guy just hit me in the side, so I'm going to turn and face him. So I
Go
turn to
for it.
him and I say,
Turn
Come
his
here.
face around.
"Come here, little one, and stop tormenting these nice townsfolk, or I will squash you like a bug." And I will send out my great axe for a swing. 17 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
Awesome. Let's do some donk to donk. $39 damage.
Nice.
Does it kill it?
Nope, it's not dead.
Cool. So I'm going to swing my great axe again.
Go for it.
15 to hit.
Does indeed hit.
Awesome. 38.
It is now very much either decapitated or in some manner or another dead.
Obliterated.
Obliterated, eviscerated. Any word in the English language of your choosing.
Awesome.
Defenestrate.
I'm going to sort of as I take my axe
Contemplate
and swing it through the giant. I'm going to kind of sort of let go as it drops to the floor with it sort of stuck in the ground with it hand up. I'm going to sort of wipe my hands and wipe my forehead. And then sort of breathe.
Lovely.
Believe.
So in the distance, you can hear the Abbey bell ringing. So the signs of danger have been rung in the city. You get the feeling this invasion is not over yet, but at least you have a moment to breathe. So yeah, combat's over for now.
Excellent.
I'm guessing
Awesome.
the floor just looks like.
Oh, the
Yes.
floor is just covered in blood and guts and goblin
I'm gonna try
bodies
and
and
find
ogre bodies. And
some more of my arrows that I fired.
how many arrows did you fire?
About 3.
Roll a d3 for me then, Adam.
I think I
Make
can
it
only
interesting.
find.
Roll a d4.
I think I can only find up to half anyway.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well,
you found
there you
one arrow. Lovely.
Brilliant.
Can't you make some out of
Not arrows, no. That requires like a Fletcher. It's not. It's too
Ah.
complicated.
You can make javelins though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I don't have
Milano,
time.
look for
though.
her. Look for her rocks that she shot.
How many rocks did she fire?
She'll find rocks sodding anywhere, can't she?
Yeah, but these are special rock.
How many rocks did she fire? Ben?
4.
Roll a d4 for me, please.
They're not special rocks. They're just rocks, by the way. Ah, well, that's not a roll command.
It's a boulder.
Hey,
She finds all 4 of them and it seems very delighted.
I'm not going to find my javelin.
I'll make you a new one later.
We've got the bodies to make it out of.
Exactly.
Can Nanami turn back into Nanami?
Yes, of course she can.
And she's gonna rush over to Lithalas and say, Lithalas, you're hurt! And she's going to cast Healing Word at level fucking 3!
Right, there's another giant.
Go
left.
for it.
Huh?
oh,
Oh, you mean the Frost Giant. So that is, wait, how many is that?
it's 3d4 plus 2.
Yeah, 3d4.
Well,
plus
actually,
Right,
plus
I'm-
your.
You're right, I'm not important. I didn't take one.
two. Yeah, no, sorry, not as important as her new tree friend.
I'm going to cut down this tree. Does it even work?
Oh wait, my modifier is +4.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, that's a bit shit.
That's not bad.
Okay, and she's gonna like focus on like repairing all his branches and stuff.
Get yourself some tape.
And trying to put him back to
Hey.
how he was as best possible.
To show you the power of flex tape, I sawed this tree in half.
Don't do it, don't tell me. It's
And
literally my name.
So,
she wants to then cast as well. I'm gonna cast Druidcraft. There, I'll get you looking pretty again. And she's gonna make his leaf buds blossom, like bloom,
Aw,
with Druidcraft.
lovely.
I'm gonna walk up to Strom and pat him on the back and give him a healing word as well.
Ben, this is why you're my favourite.
You did great out there. Oh, don't say that yet. I might roll a 1.
That's fine. At least you tried.
Oh, that's okay. Max roll.
Nice.
You gain 6
6
HP.
health.
Could be worse.
Could be. Thank you.
Right, well, are we taking a quick rest, or are we going right back to the next bit? Do we have
Nassim
time to
comes over
rest?
and did you see where the little goblin went off to?
Didn't he explode?
Well, I saw him cast a high level. I saw him cast a high level teleportation spell, and then run away from over there. And she points like from behind these trees.
Oh, let me zoom out. We are used to him abandoning us in the face of danger.
Where is she
He'll be
pointing?
back before long.
My character starts to walk away.
And normally, any other party would probably react to this. But this is a pile of idiots, so they probably won't.
No,
Call
Naname's
back
gonna like wave at him and be like, "Bye, thank you, giant man."
No worries, small folk.
Where did you even come from? You just appeared.
Teleports behind you.
Uh,
Nothing personnel, city.
the frost giant turns around and says, I came to help small folk. I came to help stop those who would harm you.
Strom will say thank you in Giants. And axes really are the best in Giants as well.
A worthy brother in arms, he responds in Giant.
Strom, nods his head.
Well, you don't need to. There's more fighting. If you want to come with.
We must part ways for now. Perhaps Anam will reunite us in the future.
That's where I cast suggestion and make Joel come to the next session. I'm not done with you. But I shan't.
I mean, you haven't even asked this poor giant his name.
Just saying, I am going to head off.
Alright.
Bye, Sam.
Good riddance.
See you later, Sam.
Bye, Sam.
Toodles.
Bye.
Yeah.
An ally has been slain.
You know, he was here until the end of the session. He could have just stayed. The silly sausage.
I may have things.
I will turn him into a sausage if he goes.
Let's take a few moments to rest, and then let us see how the rest of the town is faring.
With that, the giant walks away.
Off you fuck two-legged piece of...
Alright, well. What's our plan of action?
More giants, more goblins.
Kill the rest of them, I guess.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go.
Feel a lot less confident without Mr. One-Hit KO. Mike Tyson, come back! Come
Yes, but
back!
I just feel like I have much more agency.
Go back, no, please. Just like sit on him or something.
Just sit on him, please.
Cannot rely on the strength of others to fight all of our battles, little one.
Of course you can. That's what I do with you guys.
Now you pay me.
I don't say that. I don't say that.
I can see periods. I mean, I'm good to go.
So, is the party going to carry on?
I guess so. I mean, we don't actually have time to take even a short rest because the
No.
entire city's under attack
Yeah.
and burning and we're all dying.
Indeed.
Which way is towards the rest of the city?
That way.
That way.
Whichever way you choose will be the way.
Well, we
because
came from
it's-
this way, and so
yeah,
that
so
means
probably
that
be like that way, maybe.
I believe. Wait, so flip that. We came
Hang
from
on, let me
there.
zoom
So
the
it's this
fuck
way.
out.
Sure, that way.
I mean, according to the map, pub's that way.
Oh, let's just go to the Winchester and wait for all this to blow over.
Sounds good.
True.
Weird, that's the second time I've heard that today.
So as the party emerges back into Golden Fields, let me just swap you back over to Golden Fields quickly. So
that
you were here in Ivan's territory. You hear kind of like shouting and screaming from like behind the pub, so this kind of area.
Right. Shall we get to it then?
I suppose so.
All right. And that is where we shall end today's session. So you fought off some of the giants, but there's still more to be beaten.
Oh boy.
Yes.
Should we expect a
Just
recurring?
beginning.
Yeah. Should we expect a recurring friendly big boy, Joel?
Unfortunately, not.
Damn, I should have suggested you.
We'll be
Unfortunately,
fine.
you might have been able to convince him, but no one even asked his name.
True.
Well,
no
I
one
mean,
did ask.
to be fair, in
I
that
just called
We
you
were,
giant
we were
man.
more happy that you didn't murder us, to be fair.
Yeah,
If you
like
wanted to
you're
go,
a
it's like,
giant.
we're not going to question you, bro. We have not had a good runnings with giants so far. You do
We have
you,
a
bro.
100% success rate against all charts we've met.
True.
It's technically true, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you to Joel for coming and being a
No worries.
giant.
It was really exciting watching you guys knowing that I was going to come in at some point, and no one had any idea.
Oh, I didn't know you were.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
it
first thing I knew
was a
about it was
secret.
sudden tinnitus.
Yeah, apologies for that, but
That wasn't
I had to
very raw. though.
I had to come up with some way of entering that was.
Certainly.
And I'm pretty sure in one session he single-handedly out-damaged everyone else.
No, Sam just did
yeah.
fuck tons of damage. You not
No,
seen
Sam didn't do any
Sam didn't do
damage.
anything.
Oh,
Sam
Pet
is,
did damage.
Oh, Sam's pet did.
Yeah, the actual PCs and adventuring party did fuck all.
Right. So, Joel, as far as I can, you did 265 damage.
I'll take that.
Which is a lot.
It's better than Sophia. That's what I'm saying.
It's Sophia's done 70 something because I checked.
We've come to this town like, oh, we have to protect them. We must. Oh, we're not needed here.
Joel,
Let us go.
Alright, I guess we're piecing out.
apart
Bye.
from Joel's character and the tree, I was the only one that took damage.
I took
Yeah.
500 damage.
I
I took
was.
Yeah, you took more than I did.
Yeah, so with all due
53.
respect, you're an NPC, and basically that
53
doesn't
damage.
matter.
Yeah, I was tempted to use my portent on the crit that was on you, Joel, but then I was like, well, he's probably not going to be here next session.
You had no idea if I was going to be in the next session or not.
Yeah, but I mean, Pyrian
You're
is
also a
probably
frost
gonna.
guardian.
He's not gonna
You'll be
use
fine.
his stuff to help out someone that looks like the invaders, you know?
Fair enough.
He doesn't
Some
look
stuff.
like the
I'm
invaders.
gonna
He's
close-
blue.
I'm blue.
Sorry.
I was blue and 21
Is-
feet in the
Is
air.
is a similar race.
Once again, Pyrian's being racist.
Yeah.
Tyrion, the
Right, guys,
bloody
I'm gonna
racist.
close off the stream there. I'll jump back on in a bit. I can hang around for another 15 minutes or so. But yeah, thank you very much for the session.
Ah, toodles.
Super fun.
Bye.
Cheers,
Bye.
bye.
You're like,
There we go, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in to session 10 of Stalking Thunder with surprise appearance from Joel there as a Frost Giant. Fun combat. Be more in 2 weeks' time, most likely. But yeah, hope to catch you guys Monday/Tuesday, depending what schedules are for the next installment of Icewind Dale. And Wednesday, we'll be back with more Curse of Strahd. But yeah. I'm trying to think of what else I need to mention. I don't think there's anything I've missed. But yeah, I'll run some ads if you want to watch those before we close off. But yeah, catch you guys next time.